Let's take a look at our teams today. EG, they've had a grueling stage. Let's be real about that. But while the door for the playoffs has closed, we hope the fight hasn't left me.
Yeah, EG, they've done such a good job at figuring out a lot of their rookies and picking up these new players that a lot of people haven't really taken a chance on. But now, with two new players, Pancakes and Zerona, this is the first time they're playing on this big stage, and they can kind of prove to themselves that they're not that nervous. They can bring what it takes for EG, because once again, although they are eliminated already, they still have stage 2 to look forward to. And knowing how this team likes to operate, they like to build those bonds and make sure their roster is solid before they keep going.
Absolutely. I'm very interested to see what their takeaway was from what happened to KRU just last week, because after having a nearly flawless run, that was interrupted by an upset loss against 100 Thieves today, of course, with the top seed in their sights. They're not just looking for a win over EG. I think they're making a statement today.
Absolutely. This win today for KRU means everything. That would be #1 seed going into playoffs, 2 matches away from Masters London. This is something that this organization hasn't seen in forever. It feels like for the Latin American fans, if you go back in time and they tell you KRU is doing really good, is at the top of the board, and has the potential to be the #1 seed, you would be shocked. But this is just the caliber of players that were added to this team early on. I think in the leadership of Sada, you see the differences in the time and the effort that Sonic has put in the team as a coach. It has been exactly what everybody wanted to see, what the fans wanted to see, what the organization wanted to be. And this is the biggest step maybe that they have to take after fixing those mistakes right before.
Yeah, I think this KRU team is looking really solid, and they're definitely looking to solidify their placements now, making sure they get that high seed and try and push for that. And of course, the map pool, Haven, Lotus, Vine. Guys, did you not hear us?
Clearly they have not.
You gotta get rid of Haven or Lotus. Like, you can't have both, because these are 2 of KRU's best maps.
I really like it, because every single time that I see one of the KRU players or the manager, he's like, I don't know, they just keep playing, or like not banning Lotus against us, so we're just gonna keep playing it and winning. You know, if you have to play to your strengths and you have to play this map over and over again without showing too much of the other maps, go ahead. And also for It's a Haven that they already showed, they look great at. They change a little bit with the double duelist. I think this is pretty good for KRU.
I do think this makes sense for EG though, to put Haven out there, because this has been EG's bread and butter, like, foundational map where they build everything off of it. They always start with Haven. And even though KRU has looked good on it, I still don't think it's as good as their Lotus. It's like 13-10 the last time they played it.
But
so
here's the thing, right? Like, even if they lose the Lotus, EG that is, having the decider and bind is got to make you feel good after what happened to KRU last week, because it was not a close match they lost there. It was a 13-4 or something like that. So that was a rough time.
Yeah, it was definitely not looking good, but I think this makes sense for EG, of course. Like I was saying, just kind of having that meta set up, having a lot of their kind of normal protocols set in stone, and I think this applies to both EG and EG Academy. So bringing up those 2 players shouldn't be too much of a difference.
Yeah, they keep the composition the same too when they had those other players, so things should look pretty good for them. I want to see especially how the idling is going to look like for Pancakes. I feel like that is the biggest test that EG has. Pancakes, again, has been amazing in challengers, and we've seen a lot of great moments from him in this map in specific. So the way that he's going to be a bit more proactive maybe is something that I'm hoping to see for the side of Evil Geniuses. Again, they have nothing to lose here. They're playing to get that experience, but getting a win against KRU, I think, is a good first step.
Yeah, I think what you just said there, they have nothing to lose, and that makes them essentially the most dangerous team in the building right now, because they can come out with pure chaos, and KRU doesn't have any type. They don't know what to expect from this one. Well, neither do we, so let's get our best 2 casters on the case. Here are Rip and Ben Silly.
Way too kind. That's way too kind. Thank you so much for setting us up for the day. And it is a match basically on KRU's shoulders is the pressure here. They get first seed out of this in their group, but it's against Evil Geniuses, who's looking to repair, looking to get themselves back on a stable footing. So that means that they're probably not feeling too much pressure, and they can bring anything to KRU now.
The only pressure they have for KRU is to try to make it to that #1 seed. And it's important still, because you have to look at the other side on the Alpha group. It is stacked in there, so you have to try to get this one against EG. And it's a great test. Should be an easy one as well.
It is time now for that match start, presented by Samsung OLED. Haven is going to be the start here in Vans. This one makes you think a bit. It's EG's map that they were able to get success on, but it's also the map that KRU found success on in their loss versus 100 Thieves. So
yeah, EG, it's their only map win so far on this map against FURIA, if not mistaken. But the only thing that sucks too is that they had such a strong lead at the very beginning. Remember, it's 6-0, 8-4 half, yet they only won this in overtime. So it's not necessarily in the bag that you're able to get Haven first, but at least they scored a first blood.
Identify the killjoy. Is it C? Bao will make them one member up on this advantage for now. Good push on the outside extremity too. Good information here for Evil Geniuses to make KRU sweat right off the bat.
It's actually Digizine, the one that's going to be rotating around. Pancakes, the newly appointed IGL for EG as well, coming up from the EG Academy squad with Zerona. It's now tested as he's forced to fall back at 50 HP, and at least he feels that pressure. He saw two players moving forward. He's going to stick it up with Superman right now. They're just going to play for the info. They don't want to over-rotate yet because KRU still has a good minute to work with.
As long as he has sewers coverage, safe to do this. And it seems like EG's pretty comfortable right now with their timing, realizing they're putting it down to a pressure cooker with still a little bit of denial here at the front side of B.
30 seconds left.
And even the backside.
Les is just scouting around as well, seeing if he could hear like an alarm bot.
Ooh.
Oh, and as it comes down, though, Digizine was looking for some info and gives a chance now for KRU to attack at the C site.
15 seconds? This is very interesting here with Zerona and Bao are still going to be rocks at C. This rotation coming over, it's going to be Les here trying to put a thorn in the side, but it's not going to be enough. Zerona's called upon and he answers. And it could be another one. Playing his life. Superman, very, very smart here to waste that time. And they're just going to, oh, that's going to hurt for Les. Can't die, stays alive, no cash there, and EG grab pistol.
Wait, that's super smart and very nice to start for EG in a pistol round. First off, Zerona, we just talked about it, being called up from Tier 2 in the EG Academy squad, and he actually has popped up this year. A guy that you had to keep an eye on because he was lights out in the VCL, if you haven't been following it. He's able to find confidence, swing out for a second kill too for his first game on the stage. You like that confidence to start. But outside of that, man, he looked pretty good in terms of protocols, playing to the numbers, and also making sure that Les only gets 1,000 credits to carry over to this round.
Yeah. Also looking at how EG knew they were a member up, stayed back the whole time. TechPaw is going to come through, get that figured out for you real quick. To
hey,
see
welcome
what the
Pancakes and Zerona to the
Yeah,
VCT
welcome Pancakes and
Americas.
Zerona. A little time to chill now after you heat it up. But yeah, Zerona didn't look like there was any shaky aim there. Was able to get instantly to his targets with the crosshair placement. It was a quick game crash, so we'll get that rebooted.
Yep, it'll be quick for sure. But at least talking about it, we have a chance to talk a little bit more about Pancakes, right? We just talked about him recently appointed as the IGL for EG, but he never really had that big experience as an IGL back in the Challenger stage. His first game, by the way, for Valorant was back in like 2020, in August. He was playing for like China Win, if you guys remember the FaceCon Invitational. So he's been around the block, just never really had an opportunity to really step up and come in to show his performances here for the VCT stage. But now also he has the responsibility of being the IGL when Mitch got called up to be the assistant coach for Energy most recently, right? So
yeah, down there.
So you might think from the eyes right now of Pancakes that he won't really have that big and too much of an experience right now to call for this EG roster in the VCT Americas, but at least he has that support from Faded that comes in from the VCL stage as well. Potter is back, so that's great support to get Pancakes comfortable into calling for today.
Absolutely, and honestly, starting on the defensive side, Haven a little bit harder because you have the 3 sites, but I'd say the pressure isn't right away on you. You can play anchor, you have already the team playing in that situation for their lives, playing back, and even Pancakes getting information on that long A push, which we'll probably see him doing over and over again as he figures out how KRU plays. So it's really awesome to see that, feel comfortable for the rookie. I don't want to say rookie, the young player being brought up, and as well as Zerona to get those first few. They realize that it's going to look good so far, at least until they get to that bonus, and that's what they want.
And if anything, those are the roles that they've been currently playing in Challengers as well. Pancakes also having experience in playing a lot of controller roles. But he's played some Initiator in the past. Zerona's been, again, lights out, like I said, playing Viper and Vice a lot in the VCLs. I'm actually quite interested to see this second map, because we're walking into KRU's map, in the best map, and probably the best team on Lotus so far, right, in the world. And EG just let that slip. But the good thing about this is that that gentleman right there, Zerona and Pancakes, have had so many moments on Lotus where they were just clutch factors for the team. So if you're behind by like 1 or 2 frags, these guys can come out with heroic plays and still turn it back in favor of EG Academy. So pay attention to that. Just good mechanically sound for both of these players. So I'm excited to see how it's going to pan out. I think it might get scruffy towards that second map, but at least they had that firepower to fight against a roster like KRU.
Well, it feels like to have them leave that open. We even heard Dryad on the desk kind of saying, Zonix like, I don't know why they leave it open. But maybe that, there's a reason. Potter's always known for the counter. Now you have a few different players in here. Pancakes is going to have a different viewpoint on that. And Potter always works very specific in what direction the players are kind of growing or learning for the time that they're on the team. So maybe there's an idea there.
Yeah, and let's face it, I feel like probably the best maps that EG would like to play, if you're looking back at how they went through the map ban process since kickoff, they kind of really want to carry it over to Haven if they can. They want to carry it to Lotus if they can, and maybe not even Fracture. The Fracture was a once upon a time kind of thing for EG in the past in 2023, right? But I think those 2 maps that we're currently seeing here for Lotus and Haven, it still wants to be the best in the map pool for EG. But let's face it, they didn't have the best of results. They didn't have the best of ideas going to these matches as well. But now hopefully with new, fresh, young blood coming into the server right now, it might help them out to find that success that I've been looking for within these 2 maps.
All right, it looks like we are just about sorted with the tech pause and about ready to get back into game. It's going to be second round of this first map of Haven still so far as you're hanging out here. Appreciate your patience.
Yeah. So we're looking back here as well as the experience for Pancakes. If you haven't really heard about Pancakes in the past, he's most recently, I think he had the opportunity to play for MXS, so Moist X Shopify, and SRB, right? Until he finally, had to bounce around and got his opportunity here with EG Academy. So keep an eye out on him. I think, again, if you're unfamiliar in the challenger scene, those are definitely 2 of the players that were in the talks of potentially even being able to move up. Pancakes maybe less than others, in my opinion, but just in general, when you're trying to find some good IGL prospects outside of those that are built around super teams like M80 or SRB right now, I think Pancakes has that opportunity now. I think IGL just gives you an extra 5-year lifespan to continue and play in a top level if you can. So big test for him.
You get to try against Sadak right away.
Yeah.
Who will bend your brain in different ways as he figures out what to do. And in looking at what they did that first round, Sadak's like, all right, let's bring it down to the last second. Are you really going to stay anchored back in the site everywhere? We can't find you, even with less pushing up through B, only 1 there. So yeah, already they may have lost the round, but Sadak is taking a lot of information out of that. So they're going to have to search and find and get much quicker into their scrappy form.
That's a great point, actually, to wait until the last seconds, because usually you'd think a new team like EG would actually fight and start over-peaking and losing into fights, right? So for them to stay stoic in these moments as Zerona gets tested one more time on the C platform, they're doing quite good to stop the pressure from EG onto KRU.
He hasn't seen him twice? Maybe. Oh, now he knows. He knows. Still gets taken out by less. And they push in. Pancakes gonna go a little bit closer. Might be dangerous here. Oh, what a hit by Silence right before that. Paranoia fully covered. He still had vision. Okay, Superman making the cape flow on this one with Digizine just behind him. A quick peek out and then the slide. Safe for Digizine. That's a second round for EG. Good damage though from KRU.
Sliding Ares, you love to see it. Now we're going to see a sliding Digizine with an Odin in the later rounds. I wouldn't be surprised, too. Take advantage of the mechanics of this Neon before she gets that nerf. And speaking about nerfs, I don't really like the position of Now inside a garage. He played a little bit too further back, a little bit too scared. When you're playing judges against an ego, might as well try to get your 2 or 3 if you can just before. You didn't. You almost lost that round because of that, because you were still able to get a kill on KRU's side with that judge picked up, but thankfully EG was able to stop that bleeding.
You got to be ready to give people hugs with the judge.
Exactly.
In garage there.
Still strong right now. We're still playing on the overpatch for today. So shotguns are still quite strong.
Towards A bit of the same format. EG has Digizine towards C this time, so that will split the rotation. This might be on KRU's speed.
Yeah, speaking of speed, they're already going with the TP control towards the long A side, and they're really trying to block the vision of Pancakes. They knew the amount of econ damage they've done. The EG is not going to have the best of buys, with the exception of what Digizine would have, who's been leaning towards B and C a lot. So now they identified it. It's only a frenzy inside A site.
A little bit of the split of the site, now playing it vertical. Oh, Pancakes and Digizine getting 2-3 out of nowhere. Les is able to pick one up as Sadak tries to repair the situation, but it's still EG up a member now. Pancakes looking down low. Can he take down Les? He'll get the better of him. And now it's going to be all even. The retake's going to have to happen, but we still have to get that plant first.
Big test for Zerona, too, having to walk out of the Guardian. The 3-2-1 swing has to come outside of this smoke. Judge close range, though, could help.
A pause. Double jump out. Looks the one way as Rona's able to correct it, but Les is still there for a 3 from sewers to the site. He carries the team to a victory here in the bonus round.
Again, you would expect to jump in a gamble close range to get that Judge the maximum damage as possible, but a nice little bonus in the end for EG. Pancakes able to get this kill onto a sliding Dante, one of the best openers to get info for a team that we currently have in the Americas on a Neon. Gets shut down by a Frenzy, and he also gets a kill on top of the Phantom that he picked up, so that was really nice by Pancakes. But overall, it's a similar story as we saw on that second round. KRU was able to stop the bleeding because they had better weapons. Although you're seeing this Odin come out, it's actually going to be in the hands of Pancakes, who's able to do a little bit of damage to start.
Okay. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
Utilize it. Get the chips down. It's especially going to help with the Neon sliding around. Anything you can do before that happens. A little bit of a reset here for Silence's health on the run it back as he's in sight. Quickly taken down by Digizine in the back. And the front line is taken down. But here, sliding through comes the cavalry. As the overdrive is activated, Digizine's able to lock down the site.
And they'll stall for a bit. Big responsibilities coming up right now for Bao, who has to fall back and stay in range of both the alarm bot and the turret, while still having to jiggle and leave himself exposed to the B site. So this is an opportunity now for KRU. They could or stop and go or start prodding for some information. Instead, EG wants to be proactive, though.
Very proactive. The teamwork's going to be there. Digizine picks up another one. And this is the way they say they like to play, rather, is just kind of fueling Digizine for more space and to be comfortable where he's going here. They back up together, and they'll anchor in that way, too.
But I love this. I don't think you're going to expect a player, both of them falling back like that.
It does 2 more. The 4K for Digizine. Backed them out of sight and stopped them when they wanted to get back in, too. It's just not happening on that side. So C and A have been locked down, and a nice round for EG to pick up after losing that third.
And again, just great movement and teamwork from Digizine and Zerona.
Oh, damn.
As you think KRU picks the timing by re-walking back to re-clear sewers, you wouldn't expect players to be tucked on the right side of sewers.
Yeah.
And Digizine catches them both off guard and gets a 3-point scoreline for Evil Geniuses on defense. Starting to get quite surprising to kick things off, might I add, because I was not expecting such a strong start from EG with a brand new roster.
With the Outlaw this round, too, try to get a little return back on that money. And it looks like they're going to try to force plant a B, denied by a bit of the util. A-Link is the hold here. Let's see if EG fall into this trap of moving too quick. No, they're just going to let the plant down and go for the full 5v5 retake. Util and textbook, as it were. Superman on one. Silence trying to delay here. You still have Les coming up through mid. He could be an anchor point on this for them to get the site, but Digizine's holding it down. Another one for Bao. Superman peeking on the box. MW's arrow with only a little bit of damage is back and forth, but EG's having control of this the whole time. 3 alive on that round.
And just very nicely done for them to realize where the gaps are for Evil Geniuses, right? You're playing an eco for KRU. You're just going to try to move up to get a plant. And then as they identify there's a gap on the A-Link, Pancakes even pulls out the drone to re-clear just in case there was that push, and he confirm it, which allows the C-Link to crush in, to come in for the backstab, and to have a clean retake in the end.
Time out for KRU. Evil Geniuses is playing very fluid right now. The aim is there, winning the 1v1s when they need it, and the 2s and the 3s even if they're called upon for it. So KRU needs an answer. Zonic very vocal right now. And it looks like a bit more of a back and forth going on over at EG to make sure they're refining what they're doing right.
Yeah. And so far, you got to give it for EG, right? KRU really didn't have too many opportunities to really get into sites when there were even weapons on both sides. So EG's doing a great job challenging the line of scrimmage. The pressure that KRU's actually bringing out or trying to bring out on the A side open was nicely kept, again, by Pancakes when he had that frenzy earlier on. So gotta say, man, this is a nice little change of pace for EG. KRU on that side, though, you can't really count them out of the equation. Remember, they were pretty much the strongest team coming out of the stage after having so much time to practice from Santiago in that boot camp in Chile. Came out in full strength. The only thing that was maybe the big question mark too for KRU is that we were still questioning their map pool, right? Because they had the opportunity to play some of their best maps and their strongest maps, but it was basically only 3 maps. Lotus, Haven, I forgot which one the third one was, maybe Breeze, I think, before we actually saw some split, which didn't turn out too well against 100 Thieves last week. So we're not as confirmed to see how really strong of a team KRU is so far, but they could definitely come back in this game against EG.
So confident. I mean, they have the money to be confident as well. Bao's sitting on 4,900 credits. They can make some mistakes. They can try these plays to flex their muscle. And yeah, KRU is just feeling stuck right now. Let's listen in to see what the answer is.
Mano, acho que faz a queixe, entra na queixe e ulto, vai. Vai agora.
Bora.
Vai agora, vai agora.
Vou levar rato agora também.
Tô no bombe,
Tá muito avançado, tá, Dash?
Pode estar no rato.
Ah, eu tenho flash ainda. Não vou flashar atrás, não vou flashar atrás. Vai dar recurso.
O Joy tá aqui, o Joy tá aqui.
Mas olha o rato, né?
E para toda a arma.
Eu vou passar embaixo do seu.
Ah, tenho mole.
Guys, deixa eu jogar aqui que tem um bang.
C1.
Quebrou a trap e saiu correndo.
Deploying drone.
Very calm. No, they have the space. Not over speaking, setting each other up. The silence will start this one off. A Nightfall to delay even more here. It looks like every time EG's had a chance to attack, though, they take the site back. This will be a 4v5 conversion. The KRU needs to hold on this one. Silence stays alive. They're doing a great job at holding back Pancakes there. And it looks like it's going to have to be a save. KRU solid in A on that round, and the timeout pays off.
Big round for Silence for sure. Picking up the orbs, but also just counting his moments. He threw the Blaze Wall up to deny the push from EG, and then just counts the 3-2-1 sprays. I think got a wall bang there onto Bao. I respect the play from Bao this time around, though. I think if he was able to spray and get a kill back, that's a lockdown that's available for them too, and they were maybe hoping to get lucky on something on that side while they're waiting for the rotate back from the Jazeen to meet up with them towards that A-Link. But you can definitely see right here that just way too much util still available for KRU on the post plant, because all they needed was to throw an Omen ult into Hell, and that was their opener. They didn't need to throw anything else because it was open. He was never challenged. So KRU just held on to the util.
I think Sadak realizing that KRU or EG's playing that passive game, so they'll play the how far can we walk up game now. And then, like you said, have all of that util for the post plant, making it real tough.
Now they have a lot of things that they could work with right now too. They already made some noise towards the sewers. They forced out an early drone, and I love that we're closing that gap for EG. Outside on the other end though, Silence has his run it back, so they could just find info by him ulting through this cubby to get the C-side info.
I love the focus on those alt orbs for the Phoenix ultimate. It should be something you're doing all the time on Haven. Looks like they're stalled here, but getting the movement they want out of the defense, they would assume. EG's still kind of where they were at the start here, and they have the A information, which is keeping them right where they are.
Yeah. I think right now with the forward position they currently have from EG towards this A side and they're playing off each other, you're just trying to play a little bit more soft at the beginning because you still have this lockdown available from Bao to retake the C site. But now with 45 seconds left and things are kind of closing and nothing else has been re-hit by KRU so far, they're just going to freely retake that position. But Garage is a gap, and it does give an opportunity for KRU to go for a C side split.
We're usually seeing Zerona and Bao here, but it's going to be Superman, and he goes down right away. Still though, Zerona standing tall, gets taken down by Sadak finally, and this is going to be KRU setting up.
Spike planted.
There's that retake lockdown. Quite a few things to be used. Silence tries to take the situation into his own hands by going forward. Very dangerous. The audacious plays coming through.
They'll get detained.
Oh my God!
No.
How big is your brain?
Oh no!
That's disgusting. Silence gets one. He's gonna get the round.
It's okay.
Now he's just gotta be quiet. Smoke still got a few seconds to clear on this one, and he gets the defuser, but it's not gonna be enough. You still gotta tip your hat to a Sadak play like that, but it's going to EG Pancakes with the final shot. The one they needed to get that 5th round.
Oh my gosh, that would have been painful though if Sadak was able to come out and get those 2 kills.
That's crazy.
First little mistake from Pancakes. I was hyping him up the whole time. He almost just walked through and just let Sadak stay alive. Look at that. Imagine. But at least Pancakes was able to re-clear towards long. Look at that double kill he gets towards the end. If not, that was guaranteed the round coming out from KRU.
Snappy.
They'll probably have to look back at that replay or the VOD later on and be like, how the hell did I miss that guy?
I mean, he probably thinks he just came through Garage at that point.
Yeah,
Enough time to reset the idea. Holy. No, if it's not A long, it's C long. EG proactive again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll hold that thought though. He's already hit towards his B site.
Oh, locked and loaded. We said Bao switched over to B. He's good for one before Sadak can find him, spraying him down. But Pancake's coming through. Sadak's forced to stop the situation again before it gets too bad. The crew down 3 now.
Nice little play to start for EG. They went for the recon dart, and they could have used a Hunter's Fury crunch if they wanted to. And then you funnel everybody towards that judge because you have the pit and alarm bot. They had all the lanes covered up. Nicely done to start.
Last player standing.
Even better.
Trying to walk through the form of the smoke. And another round here for EG. It does look like they're playing fluid with the same idea. And if crew stop it, they stop it kind of thing. But they don't. EG don't have to change anything right now because crew's not stopping it.
I mean, the IGL is going to try to go for something here. It's being watched by Digizine passively.
30 seconds left.
Oh, the read. Ooh, took his eyes off. And still looks back. I think they're both about to X-Fire him there for a moment. Another round for EG. And answers needed for crew now as they start to separate on a map where the attack should have the upper hand.
It's kind of crazy, though, when you're looking at how this team is currently playing. The announcements only came out this week. Practice was probably 2-3 days for Zorona and Pancakes to get used to this system, right? Because you have to think about Potter's system, Faded system from the EG Academy, who now is the assistant coach for EG. And Pancakes has to try to IGL it against a top team like Crew so far. I mean, we'll hold that thought again. There's some action happening towards this A-Long.
Oh, Superman taking the pressure off of Digizine for a moment there as they get pushed in. He's still going to lose a few, though. It's going to be tough to get out of this one alive as Crew gets into the scrappy mode and instantly takes over the situation at A-Long.
They're always trying to figure out to use a Hunter's Sphere off contact for AG, but it seems as though maybe Digizine couldn't really find the first person so they could collapse into the trap play, and Crew was able to take over that. So that resets thing at a man advantage for Crew. Now they're going to start prodding around that map. It's up to Les in my eyes. He's got the camera set up on that garage. Breaking the alarm bot is going to be super important to maybe pull out one of the rotates on the A site for EG, and Crew could re-hit towards A right after.
Messing with the util. I think Bao knows that timing can happen, right?
Ooh, he should, man. They smoke towards that A-Link. He's got to call it for his team.
There's too much to look at for Pancakes here. He's got to hope the timing is in his favor. Oh, no. Oh, Les is just going to have the walk-in. They squeeze him down, and Pancakes is gone. The timing was effortless there. His crew are starting to read the map and pull a few back into their favor.
Masterclass from Sadak with that call, and now they have a two-man advantage. But the thing is, we haven't cleared towards sewers yet. They should know that there's a gap still, and that Zorona could be in that spot, but he's only got a judge. It's really up to Bao, hopefully to win some duels.
Good for one of those snaps needed. They have their own pinch coming back, but Les reads at the moment the wall goes down, and now they can hear the runaway, the save. Another round for Crew here, as it seems to be A is their focus at this point, knowing they can get into the site, and it's so much harder for EG to take it back.
Yeah, another small error in the column for EG for leaving that gap open on that B site. Alarm bot and Nanoswarm, but unfortunately, we really didn't peek early to see where Les could have been gone. He was expecting maybe that Les has fallen back to meet up with the team. Sadak smokes the A-Link, smokes the spawn, and Pancakes never saw it coming on the backstab. Again, a masterclass from the mid-rounding from Sadak to call that. Had to be an audible call for Les too to say that he had a timing.
They're able to trade that kill. Still just get aggressed on so hard. Ooh. You like that call?
It worked out, didn't it? But it's still an early timeout for EG in my eyes. I think so far they've been doing quite good in terms of stringing these rounds together. It's gone 2-1 every single time here. 2 rounds for EG, 1 for Crew. But maybe it is a little bit about that. You see a lot of good positive things coming out from Evil Geniuses so far when they're being proactive around the map and closing out these gaps instead of letting crew come to them. So I wonder if that conversation is going to be a little bit more around that. If you do take that space, keep Digizine active around the map. He's been quite good so far since the beginning.
I think the last few rounds they've kept him to only a certain amount of kills because like, he's pushing. Let's fight that. Get him off the map as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It's almost like Sadok's trying to see where he's going to push from. Will it be A this time or might be down B again?
They did have some pings in the beginning though, so I wonder if they're going to try the walk down again from EG. Might be able to see him if he sets up the camera. He's always been putting it on top of that garage boxes on grass, and it's never been broken. That's the issue so far too. They need to break util back on the side of crew being EG here. So they'll ping it out.
Push is there.
I think the Nanoswarm's a little bit of a too obvious now. You're trying to use a Nanoswarm to break the camera. They have to expect some sort of aggro push into the window. Look at that. You already have Silence and Less closing back into the same area.
Oh, sees the gun.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Such a difficult angle. Zerona with the cleanup, though, and EG does come out on top of the situation that happened across the map. This is causing the rest of the squad to move about. They have Dante's walls, but tough once they get one Sadok out, smoke out.
But props on the call to have Bao and Zerona push down when Digizine moved inside that window. Because if it was only going to be a solo push to get info, thinking that he has a timing, well, that was GG right there. So capitalizing on the small gift that they gave earlier on by the audio cue from the Nanoswarm, and now they have the player advantage for Evil Geniuses. Passive C-site, walk contact in for crew, and now finally the exit.
They've denied the spike for just a moment.
30 seconds left.
It's not going to be too long, though. Easy plant, easy denial here for a little bit. They all going to come from long? Would be an interesting one as they just tap with a little bit as Bao kind of alerts towards spawn.
I like it. They have the alarm bot on Garage too, so he watches spawn. They could get info if somebody's moving inside Garage. When the alarm bot stays up here, it gives the opportunity for EG to continue to just walk in.
Yeah, it's already safe
with
space.
Confidence, exactly.
Tough now. They're still waiting for the push through. Just how long they've had. Bao expects them to want to get aggressive, but all of them are staying in sight, and EG start to take advantage of that. 3 for Zerona. What a retake, and Bao was just a steady hand if they did need him.
Just beautiful heads-up play as well, right? The drone, it gets broken in the front. Oh, okay, well, we're not going to talk about that flash. But the drone actually did get contact onto the left side, which forced that snake bite right away onto the floor. The call from Zerona to throw down on the ground. So they just spray through it and instantly demolish the crossfire setup on the C site. Very, very nice clean retake for EG there. Great proactiveness at the beginning of the round from the timeout too. Great conversion from the Coach Potter.
I think there's a lot of patience setting in for Evil Geniuses here. They know their shots are hitting. Nothing seems like they're really pushing themselves into an uncomfortable situation. Right, Bao watched that angle for how long so everybody could set up. Let's see if Crew can push them into an uncomfortable situation here. Dante already in sight, takes quite a bit of damage, even getting in, and he's able to make that stinger sing. Zerona gets the shorty, come back in. Now 2 down already for Evil Geniuses. See if they can get this retake on.
It'll be tough. They got the op only for Digizine. The weapons are too far to get picked up here on that C site.
Oh, that was such a smart play by Silence. Hitting the wall, hearing the drone go off, knowing it would deactivate, and he could just toy with Pancakes for a moment. And now they're running amok. Go see what they can find.
Teammates can't even help him out of that moment for Pancakes. So that plays well. Not only gets him off drone, but blocks vision too. That was really nice.
Who do they find? I mean, 7 rounds already, if we're thinking about it for EG, is really good. They get pistol round, and they're going to make Crew feel very pressured in the second half here.
I agree. There's not too many opportunities this stage so far that EG has hit double digits in terms of score lines. I think they've done it like 3 times, 4 times out of all the maps they've played. So right now to have an 8-4 lead potential would be kind of good for them moving into the second half, especially starting off like this on the defensive side. and stop in this double duelist walk contact pop that KRU likes to be playing so far on their attack side. Op, Odin. The Op's walking down too. Look at how proactive we are again for EG.
Yeah.
Thing is though, for Zerona is going to have to start playing a little bit soft side on A, in my opinion.
He's looked to delay and then maybe just absolutely hightail it out of there. Oh, they saw the jump. That's a tough one to guard. He can be pinched from both sides. Anchor smoke goes down, but it's not going to matter. They're just too fast.
Wow.
An over-the-top dropper from Silence with the hot hands. Beautifully thrown. And they're just going to continuously set up on this A. Final round of the first half. And KRU are looking set to grab it.
Pancakes didn't even see him. The top of the dome of Sadak on the boxes.
Oh. Just getting stuck in real sticky situations right now. Up top is Digizine. Bao's going to try to throw the ult down. The last two for her heroic move. And they already know it's going to be a judge coming in, so they can kind of just focus. Dante's going to eat it. Jazz hands from him. Digizine with a quick shot there. Easy defuse, right? Easy defuse, right? Too many shooters coming up strong. MW's there and last to clean that one up. A 7-5 first half as KRU struggling to get the rounds, but they're able to get the handful.
Yeah, actually getting 5 rounds in the end when they look pretty good for EG in terms of protocol.
Yeah.
A 4-1 start that they really had on the first half. You'll take it here as you're able to close that gap in the end. I think it's off the back as well. Silence is on help on how he's able to open these sites here that really allow KRU on these exits to get these rounds.
Evil Geniuses versus KRU. Second half of Haven coming up right after this break.
We got this old mattress,
waterbed,
and the receipt.
How about you beat it with a better deal on one of these fresh setups?
We can't do that.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Welcome back to VCT Americas. Evil Geniuses versus KRU. Swap sides on Haven. Now we'll have KRU on the defensive side while EG attack. They were able to get Pistol kind of run through with 7 rounds from that defensive side. So a pistol here could allow them to run away with the map.
You can definitely see here for the pistol 1 round win rate. Definitely favoring KRU so far. And
that's true.
KRU overall, their defensive sides have been quite strong within this stage. So not an easy feat for EG to do. Again, big responsibilities for Pancakes to call the right one now for the team in his pistol. As KRU sets up a triple line down towards the C. Hopefully it'll be heard this time around by Bao.
Could be a silence kill, definitely a silence orb. They're gonna start that right away. Or you'd think, yeah, you're right, Bao is gonna be all the more knowledgeable once he hears it. Taken out, stands tall to try to take that fight straight up. Dante with 1, and yep, spike on the ult point.
Decent damage though, right? He lined up 2,
yeah.
Low on HP. Silence actually didn't buy any hot hands. He bought 2 flashes, so he can't re-heal.
Oh, up top. Nice hold from KRU on the defensive side. EG still gaining a bit of space here. If it's enough to get that spike down, they'll get some money. And yeah, it will be. Where do they set up? They're splitting.
Still doable. Remember, 2 of them are actually heavily low on HP.
Digizine.
Oh,
Oh, did you see with another one? The double face coming in from Evil Geniuses, and they do grab the pistol round.
Pancakes, Digizine, and Zerona. Every time you've seen a duo of this combination between those three, they've found some successes so far on this map. Great way to turn it around on their side, and I was going to mention there was a small little W. Even if Val lost his fight to do enough damage to make it easier for the Bandit shots at this range to take down their opponents. Good on them to win their own duels too initially, so they've played a 2v1 in the end.
Bao getting Digizine getting a bunch there. He'd been held at 11 kills for so long in the second half. He had 9, then got 2 more, and they were like, no, you're not doing it. Okay, there's another one. He's saying, yeah, I didn't get enough. Let me just get a few more sprays in. Phantom coming in on that second round. He just wants to keep going.
Surprising that we're not really pushing out on the side of EG or tempoing out, because you saw that 4-man stack on C. You got the wall bang scram onto the A side. But finally, here it is.
Screaming through. Ooh. They caught the wrong scent. They caught the wrong scent.
Sorry, that caught me off guard. Somebody in the crowd just said, line up Larry.
It's going to be a plan. Who gets it? No, I'm just going to let Superman get it. No priority there. Still have Bao watching their back, so it's easy hold. They don't have to worry about KRU doing anything funky as they get within range of the spike. I think, maybe.
Look for some econ frags for sure.
Whoa!
It's okay, he's good. He's gotten a nano to help.
Committed. Fully committed to the swing.
The last two, most likely at this point, are going to have to dot a spike. The call now, yeah, I was going to say, start chasing those kills. Pancakes is already 3 orbs away from getting the ult.
1 enemy remaining.
2. 1.
Guaranteed.
Oh, it is less. It is less. He's the beehive. That's what he's got on his gun. He's in there. Oh, another for EEG. They're able to hold off. They keep that Phantom. Things are looking pretty good.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah, very nice from Digizine too for this kill. I mean, if you're looking after this death, you're still halfway to your ult for this side of Silence. This is actually a great opportunity right now for EG to slow things down in the next round here. You're 1 away of getting the ult for Pancakes. It's your bonus run as well. You know there's no big ults on the side of KRU, nor do they have enough money to really go for an operator yet on defense. So orb control, trying to prod, trying to walk contact for some kills would be kind of good for EG to start.
Straight out mid? Does that to draw it? Oh, nasty. Nicely played.
Yeah, while they do that, they triple swing from the slide in the front of that B site. Still not going to let Pancakes go for that spike plan because you can just plant and TP out for Superman. Now it's time to play the offside. Everything's working so far according to plan for EG.
Wall to get back in. Quick retake, but they haven't been able to find warm bodies just yet. Everything looks a little cold here as KRU try to get that defensive spike. Ooh, not going to get too much on it just yet. The orb's going to help, but the gas will go down. This fight continues to go back and forth in favor right now of KRU, and they just continue to pile out of the sight in time for that defuse. Half given over, and that's going to be an MW0.
Yeah, you saw how muddy that was when you started flooding back in for KRU. You had sprays from Phantoms for like 6 players across that orb from Viper in the front of that B side. Unfortunately, none of them really connecting for EG side to delay that plant, delay that defuse. So it gives that window for KRU to push out. Les just waited the whole time for the whole ruckus to happen towards that front B side. Again, just even if you're pressured against time for a team like KRU, they're not afraid of leaving it down to even like 1 second before they actually start. Or 1 second remaining on the defuse, so they don't mind retaking with less time left on the clock. It works out in their favor, but like I said, this is now Hunter's Fury available for Evil Geniuses. Still a buy round out for the attack.
They continue to mess with the less utility over here. Doesn't seem to get them too ruffled just yet. But they pressure to see if anybody comes looking for that destroyed trap. And KRU are just kind of a little death ball here, moving around with each other, making sure they can act on whatever, wherever on the map.
Oh, this is nice proactiveness from KRU, though. Yeah. As you drone out and try to push down Dante, I don't know if you ult him here, but the triple walk down.
Oh, a second one would have been amazing, but KRU, right that, Oh my God, MW Zera, as the paranoia hits him, he's able to clean up a few with the collateral there. Zerona answers back.
Yeah.
A 2v2 here. Everybody's just about the same health.
Last player standing.
Oh, last, however, he tips the odds.
Gonna hit by this trip though.
He hears.
Maybe through.
Yeah. Walks it. Plays it safe. Actually just goes for the open plant straight up towards spawn, thinking that they would join, probably be coming from behind him here.
Yeah, the camera though. That's the tough part.
Oh
no!
He jumped right into it. Okay, you didn't hear it. I was wrong.
He should have. He should have heard it.
Oh man. Great job by crew playing that one safe. They just had to take down one in the site, and he was all tripped up. 9-7. So crew don't follow what happened in the first half. They're able to get that fourth round now in the second half.
It felt kind of antsy when EG were re-swinging outside of that window, though. I didn't really like that it was pancakes first because it's an Odin. You're trying to ADS down it. You're trying to spray with it. It's slow for you to pull it out. So you kind of just let yourself there, and the other people are just kind of like bumping into you, trying to cross out to get the kill. So MW0, as you can see, was able to grab 2 kills just before he gets hit by the flash. It's like, well, that was kind of easy. Now it breaks the econ for EG, trying to change that tempo.
That's the one they broke every round. Maybe they didn't know they were doing it, or it wasn't set up, or they wouldn't set it up. But it's taken the full advantage of here is EG try to squeeze into the garage, and they get cooked up by crew.
Clean hold in the end as well.
Yeah.
But you're right. The amount of times that you've protocoled the break the trip with a shock dart, and now it actually breaks your own ankles. As it kind of slowed down Digizine trying to get that shotgun opener on that ramp. Now that's 3 rounds in a row for the side of crew, so EG pump the brakes another time. Try to figure out what they could do around here. I guess they really tried, no matter what, to surprise that timing too, right? They went for that recon dart instead of the shock dart, so that you can hopefully catch the guy on that garage ramp. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and
that's a huge first. And you get Sadak, the smokes are gone. They rely on the walls now coming in from the crew members.
W just tried to do a little bit of pancakes there with that Odin.
Yeah.
But so far, happening off camera, we're getting a couple of trade outs on this A-Link, but at the same time, I don't know if Digizine was able to slip through that net. Because you could still see the jump spotting from Dante. And the walk contact for Digizine is good.
This is just an educate for EG round 2. Like, Spike's still down. They default across the map, finally picking it up 40 seconds in. Let's see what they're talking about.
Take flight.
Go walk.
Give me double base.
I'm going deep. Kill that guy, Doug.
Nice.
There you go.
Come now. What could happen?
Yo, they have Phoenix on Fatal, guys. We should play in together and trade out.
Yeah.
I'm always for bomb as well.
They're in our spawn.
They're to push short spawn, yeah.
Go short.
Cross push. Two. Yo, one spawn?
Long, I'm pretty sure. One long and spawn.
Yeah, I have spawn.
Long and spawn, heard. I have blind ready.
Gotta know one spawn too, and actually Sewers, there's a gap right now for Les to be able to take.
He's gonna see that. Always a less timing. Just to get a little bit more for the team. They have to worry now. Pancakes takes a different position, kind of puts them off center now with what can happen with Fade coming in. If MW Zera gets timed though by Supermen, and now it's even harder. Getting switched up, hit from either side. They're toying with their food. EG pull it right back for a 10th round.
Very nice in the end. And as I mentioned before, the question mark was, were they able to slip through for EG down that Sewers? Both Digizine and Zerona made it across, so Dante never knew somebody was moving. He was the one making so much noise, re-clearing towards that long A line, so that call-out was already there for EG. Just try to pressure somewhere else. We'll get the backstab.
Yeah.
And then they're able to get the win in the end. A nice little attempt, though, by crew to try to retake towards that site. Almost made it doable. And they're trying to be aggro this time for crew. More proactive, walking down towards mid this time around. All they got here, I think, was a turret. Oh. We'll take that one, though, for the side of Les.
Les sees that util come out, instantly spams the line. Very heady play. And that means no peeks for crew, right? They should just sit and let the action come to them. Uh-oh.
What'd you say, Rick?
Oh, oh no. It's quickly in favor of EG now as Didazine makes 2 happen at B. Silence says, I got the repair on this. Don't worry about it. Oh my God, is he going for the ace here? Only Les can shut him down. It's getting messy out here in front of B right now. Zerona is going to be able to clean up the run it back, but can they find it? Because he's still got a little bit of time. As he's sitting in the pit, makes noise. They've been able to identify the position. He tries to reset now, but he's going to get squeezed. A shorty comes in from Silence. A 3K for him as well on the Phoenix. And KRU are able to capture the round.
He was so close, too, because after that fight, Silence had that 1 HP. So Zerona is doing some damage as Silence is trying to jump through. In the end, though, it came down to a big brawl, a big mistake by KRU to just re-walk out towards middle and get punished. But good thing here for Les to anchor up and for this 2v1 to salvage the round for KRU's side. Bravo! Start off well, though, for DJG, right, with the punish that they had after. Yep. Zonic feels it so far on the KRU camp.
Yeah, keeping them off 11, really being able to pressure KRU. He likes this scoreline much better.
Need a drop.
Les has been working magic in these lurks right now for KRU here as well to get the few kills that really start to turn the round. Dante swings into Digizine there as well as they both go for a long A pressure. And Pancakes trying to just rain the Hunter's Fury over the fight. Cause a little bit more chaos here. 2 down for EG just about 10 seconds into this one. And that's not going to go any better for the further part of the round.
Yeah, all those doors got shut. You try to trap play off the double ult here towards the A side. The lurk from Bao doesn't get a pick. The insert from Superman couldn't contact either. So the best thing you have right now for EG is for a plant. Even better for KRU. Easy kills would allow for them now to tie this game.
Oh, he just wall stopped him from planning. Even to deny that little bit of cash money. He tries to get back in. He's expecting more util to come flying over. Maybe a hot hands.
Yeah.
Not even planning. 1 HP on Pancakes, and he has been strangled out from an open site. That's crazy util use from KRU.
Yeah, a little bit of a Zek and Tech 2 by throwing these blaze walls right through these walls. It's kind of nice. Like I said, now the game is tied up 10-10 so far with, again, you tried to use big ults to try to win the round for the side of EG. Didn't work out, but at least it was for a thrifty round, something that, again, I always talk about EG likes to do on the lower buys to try to get value out of these ults, and it doesn't work out, you still have a good gun round right after, right? You have rifles going into this one, you have a lockdown available too.
Hit him with both at the same time.
Yeah.
Double cooked. And a timeout now for Evil Geniuses.
I think right now EG's still doing a good. I think they should continue to break this this trip towards this garage side just to try to keep KRU a little bit more antsy and move it around that map. Because I think when they were able to do that, they were able to punish KRU quite well. And that would give you probably that space that's needed to finish out with a lockdown opener. It's being pinged out by KRU so far, though, as they realize too that they were finding some value with the early push out towards middle. There's not too much of the neon slide out the window and try to fight that right away and catch some players off guard. EG seems to heavily rely on the util from Bao to get the early information in front of that B site instead of trying to go for a gamble fight. So KRU might try to exploit that one more time.
Matching the rounds from the first half. KRU, another 5 here, see if they can push it further and take the lead on this for the first time.
Eyes on target.
And this is what I want to see as well, lineups this time. How come the one in the crowd's not saying line up Larry this time around?
Oh, the Loper back. Ooh, just short from the hole-in-one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I have the spike.
But no, I feel like one of the best lineups you have too is to land it right at that box. Nice little entry by Ante.
Gosh. Just playing those so confident. Not peeking any more than they need to. Dante's out and EG are already without smokes.
Yeah, just talked about it, right? They walk down towards middle is heavily abused by KRU. It works out well in their favor. Counting too much on the alarm bot and the turret, so it catches one off guard.
20. Keeping him safe. Oh, get out of here. Okay. Dude, he's done 2 things this game that haven't worked, but they've been pretty friggin' sick. EG just has the read on it, and you gotta give him credit for it. Down to 2v2 this round, and EG looks like they want to stop KRU from getting this string of rounds into the lead.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no.
Les just fighting in it. They know there's the pressure there from the ult, but he doesn't care. Les goes in, takes it 11th round, and just says, what, timeout? No, we use that timeout, thank you. Jeez.
We didn't get into the best positions at all after.
No.
On that 2 versus 2. I mean, look at that. You talked about the surprise drop down from Sadak, but 3 kills instantly came out for EG. And then now we just swung out before. Why do we swing towards spawn? Listen to the footsteps. Wait for the person to come through.
That's 6. Last 23 and 8 right now. Also has uplink if they even have any trouble. An early kill. Such a return on that investment if you can get it one just right off the bat. And they have been getting first bloods.
This is what we talked about too, prefacing this matchup on Haven. EG strong starts, but they struggled right now to get that 14-12 dub against FURIA before, and now trailing behind by 1. KRU has the lead. They also have orb control to get Silence closer to his ult.
That's the big one. No matter what's going on, they still have the orb control game to play that will reactivate them into situations if they are behind, and using it accordingly has got them to 11-10 for KRU.
And the fact they're able to do that with walkdowns towards C. It's usually easier to grab the orb on A.
It's always the
walk
pile
down
of
C
3.
and got it.
And they're still moving as 3.
And that's why it shows KRU understands those gaps in their early rounds. The walk down on middle, the fight back towards C site. Everything's working out for KRU on the defense for the first layers of their looks.
One and done for MW Zera, sitting back at the site, but the team's already there. The time was delayed enough. These guys are attached at the hip. Dante, Silence, and Sadak. It's however can we get Dante in, flash, double flash, hot hands, walls. They got a whole kit here in this army.
And EG's trying to do the same thing as well, right? They know it's a 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
And right now you kind of need power of numbers as well for EG, because when it comes down to the duels, so far from what I've seen more from Digizine and Pancakes. So to try to play the win con of trading would be super important here.
I like the push forward. They have garage.
Oh no.
They know what's behind them. Kind of hurts on the distance there for the turret trigger, but
I hope they know that gap's there, right?
Now they do, and they saw enough bodies.
Big flash.
Paranoia goes through. Dante's trying to stay alive in the middle. They're not even looking, though. They're still trying to fight on Superman! A flick of the series so far. About to get one. Now it's Sadak. Got a 1v3 in last week's series to get that win on Haven for them. Can he do it again? Same map, different place, different time. And he's getting pinged out. He's getting tapped down. 32. The pressure's on even more. 10 bullets in the mag. And he's only draining it without any return. Now that's going to be the kill from Superman. EG bring it 11-11.
What a shot by Superman onto Dante. We've seen 2 great pistol shots in this game so far against this sliding Dante. The first one to the frenzy of Pancakes in the first half, and that one right there. Whew. Insane shot.
Yeah, that'll raise the eyebrows. Holy evil geniuses grabbing a very much needed round.
Had to count your lucky star too, because he almost got spammed behind the box before.
Oh! Dante's, I think he's got a magnet in his head there. What the heck? Digizine gets one for himself too.
And full health still after that fight. That's a huge start for EG.
Moving up, they'll take this space right away to see if they can gain audio or any reposition on KRU. Oh, they're playing this high-low, top-down trickery again, still keeping that squad together. There's the sound they're looking for. Oh, the flash is good. Oh, they return though! The angle's too good for EG to stay back and safe. Clearing KRU as they try to push long. Now it's up to Les and asking a lot on this one. He finds the first, and he'll be found out for the rest here. Zerona's gonna know he can come to the fight. It's not possible, right? Okay. The bow's ready. It's just that moment of like, there's, you know, give you time to think, but not EG. They didn't need any more time to realize what needed to happen. Match point there. And opening kills like this, we're missing this from the defensive side. Now we're getting it late on their attack side again.
I gotta say, the patience coming out from Pancakes again. The calls are really good, and the amount of util that he still has in these pulse plants. 2 rounds ago, somehow still had a dart and a drone. Last round, still had a drone and a pulse plant. They're really good in this walk contact play for EG. Punish crew that goes for their own walk information at that minute mark. It almost feels like they understand too where crew starts moving around what moment on that timer on this map and are able to always get these punishes.
This is going to be a volatile round. They have to run it back for crew. They have quite a few ults on top of that could be coming up with the Nightfall. If they get MBB-01, Sadak and from the shadows already. So yeah, EG have to be almost play safe, play back. And Pancakes has that ult. Once they get it, give space to crew and play that safe post plant. If you can. And crew's going to get real aggressive on this round.
Yeah, last important timeout of regulation. Crew trying to bring this into overtime, and Digizine has an attack side op. And after that timeout, goes back into that play for crew. Walking down for the info, walking down for the map control on the defense. Will EG be ready this time around, though? They're starting things off on the C side first, though, just to try to get Digizine on that line and maybe punish less at the beginning and see how you react based out of that.
Oh, it's a Bulldog, too. So they're even trying to get a bit of early info. Well, out of the scope there, that was cinematic for less dropping Pancakes. And again, crew now up a member, even with those low buys, or a low buy, it should be the safe play right now. Dante's going hunting.
Kind of wish you just went for the wide swing to break the camera to bait that person out because Pancakes just crouched in front of him. But Dante gets punished.
Sadak not having the angle right away, still able to trade it. They're getting more info and more of the initiator util for crew's side, which has to feel good, knowing EG will really have trouble getting into sight now.
Yeah, it's a 2-minute advantage. There's no more drones. They still have smokes at least for Superman. He also has a TP to work with here. If it comes down to the desperate, oh crap, we can't really get into C. Hopefully Superman can clutch somewhere else with the ulti, but you have to send Zerona on a mission.
Double garage, super safe, have to break the trip, and they can just easily retake. I wonder...
30 seconds left.
I was going to say, Sadak make noise, but no. He has shift held that entire time, so I don't think Zerona is any more aware that he is in position. But he has the timing. This is big. Zerona's kind of the kingpin of this round. If he can get this kill, it's going to mean so much. He gets one. He's going to get cut off, though. This is what they needed to do. EG needed to play it safer than not. And now, this 3v2, it's all going to be long range. Run it back is gone. Digizine with the operator has to shoot true on each one. They don't even plant towards that kind of default on the side of the box, but Digi hits it from garage. He's forced for another one, and he goes to the quick scope, and Superman locks it down. EG take Haven.
Against all odds, 2 new players coming into the roster, and to defeat one of our best teams in America with Pancakes and Zerona on their debut on this stage.
Welcome back to VCT Americas for map 2 here. We're going to Lotus. Crew's going to feel pretty comfortable. They already got their dinner placement set up. They got reservations, and you better believe it because it's one of their favorite maps. So can EG make it a 2-0 is the question. I mean, they were pretty comfortable looking on Haven, but this is a different story now.
At this point, they don't need reservations for Lotus anymore. They're like regulars, and they've just got their own table reserved for them that they could just dine and go out as fast as they can. And exactly that. I think it's them being untouchable on Lotus so far this stage. Also, highest percentage rate on defense for this team on Lotus as well. It's at 69 currently for stage 1. So I think what were the big win cons for how Crew was able to play quite well on this map was anting a couple of the playstyles. For example, against FURIA, Elim had no opportunities to really move around as that Neon at all because FURIA didn't focus on breaking the util from the Vice that would set up for Crew. But then for other teams, for example, is how proactive they've been moving around for aggressive lines, triple flanking, fast rotates with the doors. Those were all their big wins coming out from Crew's side. So even though you're always seeing this map come back and available for Crew's side, they always come out with something fresh and also fine-tuned for their opponents. So we'll have to see if this is going to be still a Neon composition for EG side going into this map, and if they could actually figure out how they could open up these maps, these sites a little bit more on the attack side for EG.
Well, it's always a Sadak mind meld, right? So you might get something new, you might get something that they'll play the same but a different way because of how he's thought about it. So here's the agents on your screen. We do get that neon. The Vices are in, and a little bit of mirror match going on.
Yeah, so we'll get that that neon out for Digizine, who again, he's been looking pretty good on that first map. But this time around, like I said, it's the tough part is having to play against like the Vice util. And EG doesn't really have the composition to be able to do first wave of breaking like razor farms and whatnot, because you're probably going to have to shoot it. But shooting it leaves yourselves exposed into walking into these seaside setups here for silence. But also at the same time, they still have an opportunity to dive a little bit better with Superman at that point if they want to try to go for breaking at least, or breaking the timing of the utils coming out on defense from the Vice util.
See the players getting ready. Superman having some big clutches last round for the squad. Digizine on top there. Les was performing out of his mind with the lurks coming out of that side for Crew, and it's something he'll be able to do even more here on Lotus if he gets the position and the timing to do so. Might see that here in the early rounds.
And the good news too for EG going into this map too, the second time that they played, but the first time was also against FURIA, where unfortunately they lost, but Digizine was still dropping huge numbers on the board. And they also played against a mirror comp, so quite comfortable on how to play around this.
Yeah.
EG starting off on the attack side, a little bit slow around the map. Got a full walkout here from Les.
Yeah, always. That's what we expected. He's going to have the... Look at the timing. Sees one, knows there's another. What else does he want to find? Walls down. Doesn't even have to worry about that anymore. This makes EG have to move forward. Digizine sees one, misses the shots, and MWZera is hot on it to collect that kill. Oh, the look away. Pancakes hears it and is ready. So far, it's a delay over at A here. It's getting a little scattered, but it looks like EG still feels I was going to say feels comfortable with their movement.
Yeah, Crew was really good at just pivoting back outside of that A-side smoke.
Jeez.
I would assume, too, at this point, Zerona was trying to pop up his wall, too, for the Viper, but ran out of fuel, and it was just open season as well for Crew. So it's great, actually, that Crew reacted right away of, oh, they're going to try to fall back and meet up here with the opening that Pancake's got. And that's just unfortunate. Another timing onto Bao. Hate to be that guy, too, but you're starting to see that they could find some weaknesses here for Crew to exploit against the positioning of Bao.
Yeah.
Now we wait.
That timing was something that should be known. Let's see if they patch that up. Crew now will go aggressive again. One-way smoke out onto Mound, looking to get advantage here. Outside B! 3 for less! 4 for less! Rack them up, knock them down. Give us a third round. Second one's over.
Yeah, everything worked out in their favor for Crew, too. There was even a jump spot happening off-screen from Superman right over here. Misses the timing before the smoke comes out. And these are just clean.
3 and 6, and then 3 for another one. Good Lord. Yeah, so it didn't stop from Haven till now. Les is still on fire. 5-1 and 0 on the third round.
Gun round though for EG, and here is that triple gang up from Crew once again, this time focusing on Mound. Remember, this smoke that happened on the throw was disrespected on the pistol round where EG put it down, and they'll try it again.
Oh, Digizine. Set up by 2, takes one of them down there. Did have help as well, but didn't even need it from Zerona. They hold the position as they all get back towards that C side, thinking it's going to be a little weaker now.
Nice to give their responsibility to Digizine because he could escape. Yeah. Has nothing left in his kit, though, so that makes it a little bit harder for Crew to entry on site. So these smoke plays, playing close to certain angles, might give Sanaka an opportunity to find one, but instead he's trying to fire some warning shots to continue to slow the pacing of EG towards C here.
Wild to see those plays, how confident Digizine is. They look one and done, but it's not. They get one, they're still safe. Zerona finds one across the map, doing great lurk ability for the squad.
That position from Sadak is huge because he's looking over the smoke and sees nobody in there. So look at the rotate from Crew. They're going all the way back to stack towards the C site so that they don't get spotted by the lurk of Zerona.
Oh! Kind of stings the feet, but he's going to be safe for now. They know they can just start spraying the top of the ramp. Pancakes and Superman clean up too. Silence will squeak in to see what damage he can do here, but EG will find a way to steal this bonus away from the Crew squad. Just a few more steps. Oh, right? No. Oh, the spin there. Great damage by Silence in the end.
That's exactly it. Trying to do some damage, and they've done so. The economy is still very good on their side, and you're able to drop 3 rifles instead of just 1. Not exactly it. To be able to slide away, getting an easy kill. The lurk works out here for Zerona, but like I said, they almost had the right numbers or the right stack here for Crew because of the position for Sadak on the top of the perch on the top of the boxes. They know that the rehit's not going towards that B site, so they could over-rotate and stack on C. Saw some nice shots come out from Superman through the smoke, though. That kind of kept them, gave them the upper hand to stay inside the site for EG and to get their first round of Lotus.
Oh, aggression. That's going to be a tough wall drop. The flash coming out at the right time from the Arc Rose, and Sadak's finally cleaning up a kill, but there's still too much chaos for Crew to grab footing there, and it's a 4v2 right out the gate for EG.
And this was just 4 players from EG moving out first here on this A site, so that we have a Neon lurk. Unorthodox here on that side. Usually the Neon's making all the noise on one side of the map. Instead, he's found the position, and they're going to wait to 3-2-1 get through this wall. I'll just stall for a couple of seconds, but still good enough here. Digizine's got an entry on the site.
Playing the eye test game, trying to figure out what they can stop. But EG's also going to go hunting, get Digi's few more of those alt points as he keeps encroaching around Waterfall. And another one for EG. Confident on this just to go in, take it. That fight, like you said, at A is something we kind of need to see from them. Backing each other up, playing as a team still as they make these changes.
Yeah, and EG took advantage of the small map changes that we've gotten on Lotus too, right? Jumping on the top of the new ledge on the rocks there at the entrance of the A site. That avoided the Prowlers. And then they dropped the wall and went for the flash peek, and it worked out in their favor for all these trades. Let's see it, a 3-2-1 in favor of EG in terms of trades on that A site. So less at this point, I mean, you could still try to look for some exits if you want to, because the money should still be okay for you to at least go small shields rifle in the next round. And he gets 0 out of that. Great answer back for EG in the last 2 rounds.
Cleared. Bao gets himself on the board of that round too, feeling good about the kills. And now 2-2. EG did not allow Crew to have much of a lead in the previous map of Haven. See if they can make that the same here. Nice fight to back each other up. A little utility use.
Big
kind
value.
Of the shadows, yeah.
Huge value from the flash from Bao this time around. So it caught them both off guard. They quad swing out of that one too, and it really caught Crew's aggression off guard. And the thing is the more that you're able to punish this aggression out from Crew, the more that you're going to start losing that confidence of playing foreign lines on defense, which then allows EG to default a little bit more around the map. Start forcing these rotates. This round, though, not flustered yet. You see this forward position from Sadak, trying to watch that line. They still want to make sure that they want to make their presence feel known. And force EG into error.
A little audible there. I think they realized they could get Pancakes the ult right away instead of Digizine. So now we'll see when Nightfall can go after the map is kind of broken apart. It looks like they'll end C through the door here after they give a little bit of hell towards B.
Yeah. It's a good call because Pancake's still jiggling here in case somebody's reacting. Jump spot from the smoke catches MW0 inside of it. The thing is that's difficult is even if you're trying to end towards the C site, that wall is still up. The Vice util is still up. And that was the step 1 that wasn't taken care of by EG in the first place.
So you were talking about they're going to have a hard time doing that. Everything has to be done with a body right now, especially that wall. And the delay is huge. 30 seconds on the round.
30 seconds
Crew has
left.
already mobilized themselves to be on this side of the map. Oh, Digizine clears 1 to start. Waterfall is going to be a big entrance now as Crew actually start walking it in. Les, right in sight here, kind of doing his own little war with the rest of EG. Takes down Pancakes, and they're going to have a hard time planning with all the spams coming through. Digizine has to commit to that, so a body down. But Crosshair back up as he's ready.
Planet safe, though. They had to stay in the site for EG.
It makes it so much harder to collect this. A slide from Dante could come in at the right time. No judges here, so everybody's got a pretty good chance to return the fire, and Digizine's going to do just that. A trade from Les gets him ever so close to the spike, but not close enough. The third one, and Digizine's going to answer back with his own hat trick. Quickly taking him down with the overdrive, 3-2 EG.
Yeah, you would think that KRU did an excellent job to stall all these waves of the EG push into the C site, because the Nightfall was easily canceled out by a Snakebite and Razor Vines on the ground. So as soon as you try to go for the second hit, the wall is still up. There's only Digizine that goes inside the site. But nobody really tried to enforce themselves to fight on the position that Digizine took, and they just gave up too much space in the end for KRU, and EG was able to flood in. Trying to play wallbang kills too instead of really rely on their aim, and that breaks the econ for KRU for this round.
Big clash, big clash. Oh, Digizine sits it down. There's a light drizzle. No storm there. And quick start on the round. KRU wanted to get an advantage with a lower buy, or just a sheriff buy, I should say.
Les is also down to 11 HP too, and they're going to give up the space to hopefully gamble stack in the right one, and if not, just dot his spike. So it just works out in the end with working with whatever you have left on the side of the defense. But this should be another easy round for EG. Not necessarily another easy round, but the first easy round they'll get to play the anti-eco. All of them still at full health and armor after this pulse plant, and they'll just going to be able to wait it out. Right now, the next question for KRU, will you start trying to pull out the op? Knowing that Digizine is playing this outlaw, do you want to put Dante into this op battle and a snipe battle against Digizine? Because continuously putting this util on this C side, you know that it's kind of on lock.
Yeah.
You could still continue to pressure up on the A side, and you leverage an op on top of that to try to fight against EG, because EG's first round or first layer of protocol to default on A side, they don't instantly pull up the Viper wall every single time.
Right. Yeah, the C util isn't really whether or not it's going to hit you. It's going to be there every round. It's whether or not you like the amount of people positioned in the site when you try to get that util out. So yeah, it's just a cat and mouse game, back and forth. Have they done enough? I mentioned it's a little harder with the bodies having to be the ones to pop all this. And man, whenever Digizine can get an outlaw buy-in, he will sport that. Get a little bit of money back for the squad. 4 in a row for EG here.
Wow. And even when you're looking at this round, though, Digizine dropped into the outlaw so you can buy the rifle and stay with the team. So they're trying to control their economy in a way that they could actually fight toe-to-toe with KRU as well. And the slow tempo is just to play against the anti-eco. Now they want to play rifle to rifle. Dante also doesn't have an op. We pushed up here with Sadak on that C mound. Remember, we talk about the proactiveness of KRU. What they're currently doing right now on this mound is really good to fight towards that spot. And when you're finding information as well from like prowlers on the mid round or high-low, and you're catching a lurk on that B site, the door gets opened up. You can flash, you can start fighting through.
Resetting smokes as well from the EG side, a possibility of a push through on either side. You can see how KRU's trying to respond. Always giving them something to think about. Now, the other side of the map makes KRU feel like EG could be omnipresent here, so they have to be very careful about rotations.
If they continue to move forward and break the Razor Vines, though, that could give an opportunity for a lurk to move over on this B and C link.
It's big. The spike isn't fully committed yet, but 40 seconds. EG feels like draining that time down has been in their favor. Oh, so they actually feign a pretty hard commit towards A, but commit to it with a few steps. You see,
30 seconds left.
Superman's a little weary about coming forward until they get a little bit of ground, and now it's going to be baby door, but Dante's here. The jump through from Pancakes. What was the dance moves there? Is it enough, though, for the win? MW0 locks down B from the top side.
Yeah, it's going to be too late. There's 10 seconds left.
No way, right? Pass the stick it.
One enemy remaining.
One. Pass the stick it. MW0. It's up to him, but it's Bao that comes up. Called upon for the 3K and sits KRU down.
No way that just happened. I saw 10 seconds left on the clock. They threw a seize onto the spike. It's impossible. They're covering it for the side of crew. Yet somehow, the last 2 players moves through. And they're able to avoid the spams in the first place, avoid the Nightfall, and bow out in the open.
Yeah, Nightfall used there. Good point. Bow being the nightmare on that one.
And at the end of the day, you saw that crew played a little bit too timid within those 10 seconds at the end because they've given up that spot from allowing Zerona to pick up the spike and move in for that plant. That shouldn't have happened.
Such an interesting kind of window to play in the game. That late, that pressured. Superman hardly committing with the spike, down to what, 20 seconds there. But yeah, it seems to be giving crew a little bit of trouble in where they're positioned, how much they want to not keep that 3-person ball we saw all the time, but at least 2 to be trading with each other because they're getting pulled back and forth.
And that's a great call. I think that's what was missing as well into that last round, because when we talk about how good crew is on rotating on 3 players around the map on this map of Lotus on defense, when you open that door and you're rotating out towards the A site, there was only 1 player going towards break room instead of having that second so they could crunch in from the top of the staircase. Because remember, the Vice wall never got procced up on that side on A. So you still had good map control on that A side. You could still encroach onto EG by pushing down from that staircase and also from that break room. But because they only had 1 player to allow EG to really get 2 versus X's, 2 versus 1s pretty much entering towards that B site. Until the final moments that still helped EG win the round from the hero plays. Sadok's played that spot before and it's been unattended.
You gotta know about that.
Exactly.
He uses it until it works and then you'll see him in a different spot. Now he's gotten the paranoia smoke kills through here too. He spams the left side when the door opens. Collected a few the last time we saw crew here on this. As they pressure this B door again.
Crew's identified Bao 2 from the Prowler of MW0 in front of that B site. Second one forces the fight.
Nicely played that Dante. Understanding the range of the relay there as Les cleans up the rest. And it's not going to be enough from Zerona. Around for crew there is it. They aren't showing themselves as much. They're letting EG just walk in anymore, making it tough.
Very smart reaction for crew on the defense, though. They knew the insert plays from or Bao or from Zerona when they're playing like a 4-1 or a 1-1-3, so they could always punish that 1 lane. So they triple push in the front, punished Bao, and also at the same time have enough numbers to rotate back to the B site to go for the trades inside break room. So EG will have to change that timing a little bit more, and then, or at least for this round, and they're playing a 1-3-1 instead on their side, focusing on B.
Neither team is aggressive at A, but yeah, it seems like they like the reaction EG does, that they get out of crew at B, whether it's through door, whether it's through the front. Just realizing there's a wall. Superman pauses for a moment here and sets up a little bit of a fake towards B.
Yeah, it's their wall that they placed too, so they don't get encroached in the end here by flank from crew, but they've also identified a high-low spray at the beginning when they cross over the Viper wall.
Dante trying to get it.
Couldn't.
Nope. It was close. They TP out. Still playing with the door a little bit. And this is going to be another drain the clock round for EG. Try to get crew in an uncomfortable position here. God, they're everywhere, but choosing, it looks like C from the overhead, that they're going to end with a big lurk out of Zerona.
There's a gap, though, right now for Les to spot feet.
2 across the map kills go down, so it's still a wonder for crew which way they actually need to go. Zerona is fighting a war by himself over there as the C action starts to go down, and EG have just penetrated the defensive crew. They're still wondering where the play is going to be.
I don't know what the heck just happened there, too, because, again, both newcomers instantly get kills on both sides of the map. A lurk from Zerona, the wall bang from the Odin into the bend, if I'm not mistaken, on that player on C. That was a nice little opener there.
Nice activation.
Oh. He tried to go again.
Oh,
he tried to go again.
All right, Zerona. I wasn't familiar with your game, but you've been watching. You've been watching.
lots of B pressure for EG once again.
Yeah.
This time 4 players. They can leave Zerona alone here, as Zerona's done an excellent job anchoring up that A site, but KRU doesn't want to let that happen. They started 3 on that side as well, a deep prowler, and now already an over-rotate for the stack of the B site, ready for this EG push.
Oh, quick fight in. Pancakes and the rest of the team continue to try and follow after the wall. What a hold by MW0 on this one as he just sidesteps left and right on the top side of B.
Util's amazing.
Coming through that wall, getting locked down by everything else. He was just aware of everyone and anyone that wanted to come through. Oh, sneaky less is a dangerous one.
Trying to wonder why he only had a classic there. You know what he could do with the Sheriff too, and that could have been a good round for him. But this is giving a chance for Pancakes. There's still 40 seconds left on the clock right now, so he's just staying put in case somebody wants to re-clear, and he's also adding that paranoia of where he could rotate across to. The only thing that's unfortunate for him right now, though, is that wall is still up for the Vice on that A site, right? So you could still play 1-1 for the last 2 players, and you could also play off angles. Pancakes at this point with 10 seconds left, I don't think you should throw the haunt because you're still trying to have the element of surprise, so this off angle is huge.
Oh, haircut there, but MW0 was ready. A 4K on the round. Wake it up a little bit there. Quiet on the fade, but loud coming into this, especially when they need it on Lotus here to get away from these EG rounds.
And I was mentioning that the util that was good, it was good for EG too to try to keep, MW0 low so they could trade off him, but somehow he's still able to dance through all of that.
It's got to feel like a little bit of a refresh, too. The last round on top B, Bao kind of sat both of the crew members down. So he's like, all right, refresh. This is my site. That hold does work. We're good to go. And now EG Potter wants to get in the players' ears here, but Zonic will very much use this time accordingly.
Definitely felt there was a moment of fool me once for both of these teams, right? Sadat going on the top of the boxes, the A side, punished by Zerona. This time, MW0 just knew the open angle that Bao likes to take for that fight and is able to get that pre-fired shot on him. So it works out. I think it's an important timeout, too, for EG, because, yes, you still had a pretty good run on your attack side first. And now you're starting to see here KRU figuring out how to stall here. The EG pushes. They're closing that gap right now, once again, on this map of Lotus.
Zerona on top for the squad here. I mean, Pancakes, Zerona, and Digizine all at 8 kills, trying to throw into the hat. A nuclear round here from KRU with 5 ults online. They can throw everything into this defensive-wise.
You're already starting the easy Viper wall with Vice wall to protect you pretty much on the C site because he's playing this Judge for less, right? You're not going to try to wait and jiggle to see if there's going to be any info there. That should be covering that line, which is why you have this 4-player stack getting ready to smoke flash from door and fight into the A site. EG understands this, and they're just trying to listen a little bit to see if there's early prowlers or whatnot that KRU might try to take robo control. They've already set the first wave of paranoia by opening the sliding door for KRU on defense, so it might force EG to use a bit of util and give KRU the first element of information.
Moving out together, Shorty backed by rifles. Fundamental clearing. Just the easy step up here. It looks like KRU wants to give him a bit of that space, though, around where you have 5 ultimates. You're not trying to take these straight-up fights, so EG may find that this space comes easy. But
big fight coming out for Bao. Lost it.
Post-plant won't. There's that fight mid. Easy clap for Bao. And now it's going to have to be a move from EG. They say that's a bit of activate. And there's a denial from KRU. Very quick.
Bao thought he had a timing after avoiding the Prowler, but at least they could still go for the hit on a Nightfall for EG.
Ultimate's coming out. Digizine tries to get in before the guns go away, and now it's going to be a tough
30 seconds left.
hit down right side. They have time to plant, though. They're about to be squeezed in. Dante's going to be the first one to try and be a sentry into the site. The rest of the team's going to be a little late on the entry, and they can't help each other on that double face. Great job by Evil Geniuses to weather the storm of the Vice ult and just get prepared to return fire.
This looks like he just wants to pick up a rifle and try to save it here. The economy's not the best for KRU.
You can try. Oh, even Superman stayed alive there at 5 HP playing on the rope. And a 7th round for Evil Geniuses here.
Yeah, good here for EG to really get into the site despite the steel guard being thrown from silence on the defense. The counter Nightfall that you had, you talked about so many ults available here with on the side of KRU. Yeah, EG was able to mitigate all of that and capitalize on a round, which would put them in a decent spot here for the last round of the half. Superman has the From the Shadows that he could start leveraging for some map control if he wants to go all the way back towards spawn. It's a fake one to start.
Oh.
I'm out of here.
Zerona still gets a trade on that 3-person mid. They know Les is going to still keep pushing through here. There's the question. Oh, they read it, but Les still gets one. The trades are coming quick. And now they have to decide where to go. Spreading 3 across the map to 3 sites. They'll keep it 1 and 1.
And the good news, too, is that they've actually taken down Superman, so they understood now that the TP from Superman was a fake and that nobody's going to be playing behind enemy lines, so they could still keep these forward positions on the defense from currently where Sadok's positioned with this Stinger, though. Not the best of guns to hold, while Pancakes does not have Prowlers, so there's still a little bit of a hope for Sadok in this spot.
So quiet, but they had check it, right? Yeah. Bao's gonna. Oh.
No, you're not.
No, you don't. That's not what happens. A knife check around an open corner, and now it's EG 2v2. Silence and Dante's a little hurt here. So this does favor EG, especially with the plant. Creates almost that 3rd person down that KRU has to worry about. And Dante, they're gonna have to meet up with Digizine real quick.
Digizine, though, has overdrive as well. Best thing you have is a flash and a wall to try to get back for KRU.
And they're still letting KRU make the first move to feel uncomfortable. They find it, slide it. Pack it up for that first half. 8-4. Evil Geniuses find another half in their favor of this series.
Yeah, good recuperation in these rounds for EG as well when you're having so many players getting caught off guard in timings. But you have some players that have been really stepping up to the plate for this whole series on EG side, and that's Digizine and Pancakes and Zerona as well. Big lead to go into the second half.
Evil Geniuses versus KRU, second half of Lotus, right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Red Bull gives you wings.
All right, let's get the second half underway for Evil Geniuses versus KRU. We saw EG grabbing both pistols in that first map. They didn't get pistol the first half, but it doesn't seem to have mattered. They still get an 8-4 first half on KRU's Lotus. And now KRU is wondering what the answer can be. Zonic said when he was talking to GB that Lotus game versus 100 Thieves, they weren't able to play their Lotus game, and it was something they were talking about all week, but it looks like EG is able to get under their skin as well.
And when I just talked about how good they've been on defense with a high success rate, though, it's been easily squashed by EG in that first half. And now it's for them to play the defense. Evil Geniuses doing a little bit of a aggro onto mountain just like KRU does, but they do have the crossfire set up into tree. Exactly where KRU's heading for at the beginning.
Oh, that's a scary spot. How many people outside the door? Pancakes is going to hold inside. A little help just on the left from Bao to draw eyes. And that's going to be working way in favor of the KRU squad. Nice shots from Silence as well to grab a third cross map. And he'll find a huge shot straight up the gut in mid for a flawless pistol round. And 2 for KRU on this map.
Yeah, simple duel round for KRU. But across the board, though, they had a lot of ghosts, so they could use a little bit of util behind the scaling that we're doing. And for EG, a lot more shares. Didn't connect in their favor, unfortunately. You got those 2 double lurks, right? The less way that he lurks on that A side, plus the one watching the flank for Silence.
Hits Serona with the box lineup headshot. It's like right in line. And EG says, all right, let's get active. Ooh. Oh. Little bite back from Zerona as the Bulldogs hitting from spawn there for KRU. Ooh. Nice armor. Grab there, but still a kill for Sadak. The ult points are going to matter. Bao rocking out here as he goes to see what he can do with the Sheriff. Oh, line it up, crouch, move, Sadak ready. Gets that one on the Ghost.
Knew too that you had to protect that Bulldog, and Bao just can connect those shots, unfortunately, from the Sheriffs that he picked up. Ends up being 2 very clean rounds for the side of KRU.
He's like, yeah, I had a gun. I still use the pistol. You guys are having fun.
Dangerous too to allow Dante to farm these kills, though.
Yeah. Get those ult points up. Make sure he's sliding around. That's going to be one of their main win conditions here to get through, just as much as Digizine was. I mean, less from Haven to now is still fragging out of his mind, so there's another win condition easily for KRU as we set up for round 15.
Definitely playing a little bit more passively for the side of EG. You see Digizine just holding behind the box, hoping to catch some players off guard. Does get a stun for it, though.
Ooh. They move forward. Les is going to have to make his own space. Beautifully done inside B. KRU work the outside of the map. Getting in a position for B here. They only have to worry about really what the rest of EG can do coming from that left side of the map. Pancakes is going to have a bit of a timing, maybe? No.
Peeking into it, though.
Spike planted. Rip and tear.
Winning that fight is big, actually, because, yeah, it makes it difficult for KRU to hold the pulse plant.
Bao's 1v1 situation has been so strong lately. And another one! Taking down Silence, getting the Vice stiff, and the 3K to end the round for EG.
And one thing I'm going to take away from Bao from this series so far is let them come to you, he'll win the duels. Have him rotate across the map, he'll lose.
Just get him to the fight.
Duality of playing Valorant so far, but he definitely held his angle this time around too. Huge fights, great crosshair placement, didn't have to adjust at all.
Oh my God! Bao!
Potter saying Bao always kind of brings a lot of...
The vibes?
No, yeah, the vibes. I wouldn't say it's like weird vibe to the team, but he's always doing something that gets everybody's spirits up. And it looks like this one's just going to be fragging out in 1v1 situations. Ooh. They play up towards B. They realize that EG wants to get active, and they've chosen the right space to deny it.
Yeah, KRU so far, though, they just want to stay back a little bit more, too, to make sure they don't get caught by any type of these traps. I wanted to just talk about Pancakes throwing the same type of eye from different spots, from A side, from top B. Just try to keep them guessing of where the positioning of the Neon could be off the info you get from the haunts. But KRU's doing a great job leveraging the util and also the objects around the map to have EG rotate across. Now you're gambling a stack on the C site.
Yeah.
But the insert, I keep talking about it. This wall up and down and lurk up from less always gives them a little bit more space to take.
Go, go, go.
Now they could confidently start moving over on this A side because it's basically an open site for them, forcing EG to play the retake now.
Bao ready to steal the arsenal of KRU as they get into the site. Very safe Evil Geniuses right now. Wants that at least allowed to. Oh my God! You would have thought the Odin was gonna have a heyday there, but Pancake gets dropped with the collapse from the door. And that's Les looking for a little too much. Ooh, Dante answering back here. EG's very far across the map right now. Nobody can help each other. It's gonna be about the 1v1s again, and Bao already gets one for himself here. Door opens, the pressure play from Superman, and he just hugs MW0 for a quick one. Sadak with the paranoia, wouldn't expect the second one from behind as Zerona pickpockets Sadak for another round.
And that was huge for EG. Individual players finding individual timings. You would think here that Bao gets caught off guard, but then DJZ swings out to catch one on the top of heaven. And then that just gives enough time for Bao to stay alive and to go for this ult, to allow the reflect to come back from different spots. And also not being as well coordinated or almost intentional for them to have a little bit of that off timing to get that backstab onto Sadak into Tree.
Yeah.
Worked out well for EG. Now stringing 2 rounds in a row on defense, and this is a last line of a buy for Crew unless they could go for a plant on top of this round. But Outlaw would have been good for this round, not looking to be used by EG. Go for DJZ.
No initial kill, uses a bit of escape.
I don't think you expect this.
Depends on where they draw the eyes first. They draw him down, so yeah, Superman's up. Still able to take him out, but it gives DJZ the 4. Less rotating around. Do they find it for the ace, for the confidence builder? All right, the ult's already there, so I mean, he doesn't even need it.
I don't like this.
All right, they know he's behind now.
Now I like it.
Instant. Now I like it. Zerona, you're off the tee. No, I'm just kidding. Nice kill. Gets that 5th one on the squad. 4K. DJZ's very happy with that, obviously. And what a hold. The first time they do it, and it's a go for the throat type of round, right?
Yeah.
EG is not on boxes, trying to cover each other. If it is, we see them in sight doing it in C, not outside, not around the map.
And you're always going to like these spots too because you're not playing against big flashers with the exception of course, Silence if he moves in with the team. But most of the times here, for at least looking at EG's side, you always had like the solo lurk from Device.
Yeah.
Gotta say though, the thing that I liked is that the timing that you had from Les was actually pretty good to backstab 2 players onto Mound. But they got very lucky too when Pancakes over-rotated with the knife out to join up with the team to protect that spike that gave Les's position away. So that's a small thing that they have to cover up. At the end of the day, you got pretty lucky too to catch Les. So that Les doesn't have the full time to get the kill there onto both DJZ and Superman. But overall defense continues to look pretty good for EG ever since they got their money right. You talked about it here with the situation and scenario that we currently have in this series. Double pistols, second round being won by EG, able to convert in the end on a 13-11, but this time around they've lost both pistols and their ecos against Crew, yet they still have a strong lead by 5. This shows tremendous grit right now and game plan for EG going into their gun rounds against this LATAM team.
And they buck Crew off of what would have solidified that first seed in the group, right? You see a possible 3-2 now, which puts them in a crazy position that a lot of other teams can get 3-2. A different day than I think Crew thought they would have had coming in. We said the pressure was on them because EG's just feeling the way that they're playing right now.
And they want to stick to their plan. They don't want to change anything too much here for Evil Geniuses. Again, we didn't get a plan for Crew, yet you still want to go for a buy this round. So another small shield buy.
Yeah.
That could be heavily punished by an Outlaw, but isn't really needed here when DJZ is fragging the way that he has been. Big 4K on that previous round and a very, very quiet round for Crew.
Peaks, very cautious play here as they take space from the side of Crew. And EG will bite ever so slightly, but with the chance to still lean back towards their original sights here.
This is not too...
Oh, he caught the shoulder of DJZ, but wasn't ready for that peak at the time. Still wanted one more step.
And I just wanted to mention, it almost looked good to start, though, because it's not too bad for Crew, because they moved forward, and they didn't notice the wall here on the C side. It's on B. They wasted out a Razor Vine, so they could have maybe defaulted back onto the C side for a finish, but after losing Silence right away, it might force a hand for Crew now to hit towards this A site.
30 seconds left.
Superman still has the operator to back sight. Can't really hold a position, though, as Crew spike down. They've only lost Silence here, so they do have the util really to hold the site as much as they need. It's just how does EG break down the front door here? 4 from the top side, it looks like, as they just wait for Zerona to come around a little later.
Big flood coming up. Nice stall from a counter flash from Sadak, though.
Yeah, that was huge. They should have been able to take down MW0 or Dante up top. They return fire right away. And Sadak still playing ring around the rosy. Pancakes gets one, but it's up to Superman now. Low, the operator there is going to have to be saved is the decision. They have quite a bit of rounds to play with, a little cushion. But they don't want to see KRU grabbing too many more, obviously. Nice take by KRU, persevering on that round. I think once they saw Superman's up, they almost wanted to push at it. No, it's going to be tough to really retake with that and get as much space as they could on the site they were at.
Those skills coming out, though, by NW0 to support Dante. That was huge. Whew. That's been a pain point for EG, too. Remember when they were trying to play flood retakes against KRU on Haven, it was a amount of util that was still available for KRU to stall the first initial attempt to retake for EG, and it turns out to be a converted round for KRU in the Pulse plant, just by one paranoia. Forward lines with the operator this time around for Digizine.
Takes the single angle for a second, still doesn't fully like it, and they will play the one way more so. Sadak's doing much more map reading as we get very close to EG being on game point and trying to figure out what the best entry is on now. EG playing safer.
I look at how they play, though. Keeping the door open so they can look down the line of sight. You can still have that line with the operator looking down towards C while you rotate Superman into B.
Ooh, he just squeezes out. Zerona again on the other side of the map, getting one. Traded back by MW0, but the follow-up is there, the anchor of this guy. You can always rely on it. A rush back. The rest of they're just trying to pile in here. Can they overwhelm? It's going to be a power of numbers coming in from KRU, and it's so far working as Silence and Dante just flex their muscles, taking back rubble.
That might be the round there for KRU, because Digizine still only has the op. Nothing else he can pick up on the site.
Vans? Oh, down to 10 HP, and that's going to be Silence ready for the 3K. KRU get another one. A little bit of time to read the map, and Sadak directs them where to go.
I felt like there was definitely a moment of hesitancy for EG when they took control of that rubble area. Not only did they drop the spike, but Digizine was already pressured by an Omen and Dante on the other side of that C site. So he probably could have called, hey, we could start moving forward a little bit more quickly to take the forward lines, yet 3 of them get caught out of position. And they lose map control, they lose a spike, and they lose a round from that. So that's a little bit of a sign of hope right now for KRU. A little bit of room to breathe, especially now that EG's econ's broken.
Oh, super aggressive at rubble. Both are going to get the cross of walls up. The push through. Judge isn't going to have the range. Sadak clears 2 right away, and the rest of KRU feel comfortable to take rubble space.
Pancakes with the wall bang, too, from the Sheriff.
What are these Sheriff shots in this series right now? Calling upon Ba once more. He better have slugs in that thing. I think he's going to be doing much here. Silence ready for it. Cleans him up. Another finalizing kill in the rounds. 9-11 as KRU creep ever closer to tying this up.
Silver lining is that the econ damage was done. On the side of KRU, they couldn't pick up the off at the end of the round where you saw one desperately moving forward trying to pick it up in the end. Ooh. Beautiful paranoia, by the way. Yeah, with no operator on the attack side now. See if EG will try to take advantage of the aggro lines if they don't have to face against the op of KRU in round 21.
All right. EG try to force the hand of KRU, but they say maybe it's a place we can actually squeeze a kill out. Oh, they ate that. Sadak just walks into the pit. There's no way he just did that. They're still trying to recover the site, but Sadak's going to take a third one as he just owns this entire plot of land, takes it for himself, and they're plant easy. This is a save from EG. This is why you can't count KRU out. That's now a third time Sadak has just done something insane in this series.
the high-risk plays that Sadak tries to take, man, is just really, really nice. You saw the idea from EG, though, right? You'd think people would be afraid of the pit on that C side, so you stay a little bit back towards Mount or whatnot. Trying to flash with a haunt from Waterfall in combination from Bao's Rose Bloom, and then unfortunately, one guy goes inside the pit, gets unaffected by any util, and catches two players off guard.
What is that? Because he still has his paranoia.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't think they dumped a whole bunch of crap into pit. He's just like, well,
just
they're attacking, so I'll time you on your aggression, basically. Nice few kills there. Still around here for Digizine, but it's looking grim. Yeah, time tick away as they go for the hunts.
It's really trying to stay alive there.
Trying to get some more in there. Man, he's locked. Usually you see a little bit of kind of jovial motions there after a play like this. Let's see it. Oh, and he did the sidestep in too, so he's not revealing his muzzle. Just instantly off the timing that EG thought they had the better advantage on.
And he kind of just knew. He knew the trap play was coming because of the flash being thrown by the Vise on the top.
Right.
So.
And they're so locked in. They know as they hear that haunt coming over that that's when their brain is triggering that they need to also react. So super fast, very heady play. And now EG call the timeout. 1 round up. They had 4. They had 5.
It's a big timeout too, probably to hopefully end it in round 24, because just before going to this timeout, the money wasn't the best here for EG.
Yeah.
And as we talked about, EG liking to play some trap plays with ultis, they don't have the best of ultis either. They only have a Nightfall versus 5 across the board for crew. And your question now is going to be, should we try to leverage the Nightfall here? Should we try to go for any type of trap plays on the side of EG? It almost looks like it so far, because if you're looking at this mini-map, it almost looks like they're trying to pinch into the seaside orb. You'll start seeing the eye being thrown up by Pancakes to get info on the A side. But for the rest, no, it doesn't really look like there's going to be a trap play here. You're just going to try to play the high-low to try to punish a crew walk-up.
Prowler on Prowler, util traded mid, and just a lot of chaotic space being grabbed here to make the noise.
Digizine just fell too, so he lost the angle on the top when the door was being opened, so that element of surprise is gone. It comes down now to a stack gamble on the C site.
Both Prowlers out now. Crew's committing very hard to this right side of the map. It looks like they're going to break down through door less. How do you get in these positions as he creeps all the way through spawn?
Yeah. That's just less things here on this map.
Oh, they're going to actually go towards A. He'll have the upper hand. Everybody rotates. I think EG suffered a bit from sending everybody eggs in one basket to one position. Let's see if they can get away from that here. They know Les is now up top, and he's going to be able to stall a little bit more. Oh, the stall is paranoia. Oh my gosh, they have the answer for the fast play, because they knew the low buy of EG would be a little more reckless. Cleaned up. We're tied up in the second map, 11-11.
Dude, Dante is almost looking like he's playing slow Dion because he keeps getting headshotted here by these pistols. But it's still the round for, exactly, it's still the round for crew. It's still a tied game, and there's no more timeouts left for regulations for either of these teams. So we're going straight into the next round here. Great stalls again, but it was all from the great lurk from Les one more time. And he's been a pain point, at least in these moments. There's been maybe that one time where he dropped Spike, but EG fell into their own mistakes of not being confident of where they want to move around the map after controlling that Spike. So you need a little bit more now coming out of EG.
They have to find the fight here. 5 ultimates on the side of crew. You got to take some of those down before they reach the site, before they reach post plant.
I think Haunt got value too, so it pivots everybody across towards the A side for a fast tempo on A for crew, and Digizine's not really moving there yet.
Just on the other side of this wall, Zerona faces 5. 1 down, nope. Little pit for sight. They're gonna keep moving in. Vice all goes down, so they know they're safe for now.
Use Vice and Nightfall too, so they won't have too much for a stall in a post plant, especially with Les being down.
They heard that. Superman and the Omen diff. Waits it. Paranoia hits. Sadak tries to play the timing. Superman with a double peek, and he still gets taken down by the brain. Oh my gosh, Zerona is able to clean it up though. Dante getting closer. Really making it feel awkward here for EG to get into the site, and they are meeting the battle at the front door. That's going to be KRU with 4 that they needed to bring that 12th round into their favor. Match, or it's a game point now for KRU.
What an answer back by Dante and by Silence as well. You saw that EG started encroaching towards that back line, and how the hell does Sadak win this fight, man? He's full paranoia, just not, and still be able to dodge so many bullets like he's freaking Neo.
One of the crazy things is he didn't continue his spray. That's almost a dead giveaway that you're paranoid and you're now playing in fear. So he sprayed, stopped, and sprayed again, thinking that would be the peak of Superman, and that's just the read of the play. That's how good he is.
Potter definitely can't believe that with what just happened too. Again, they had good map control. They were about to go for the backstab. Yet somehow Dante was able to stall enough so that Silence wraps around from that A-side door. That said, last round of regulation, and we are in the pits for the money for EG. Small shields, so they can have the best weapon as possible, and it's 3 Guardians and 2 rifles.
And they've screamed past that Vice wall. 2 in sight now, and it's going to be less able to clean it up here with Dante on the shorty. Safety for close play. Oh, just getting the ears of Silence there. Zerona goes down, and KRU clean up the site. Did they really surge back like this and take Lotus right away from the grips of EG? Dante with another one, and they try to solidify that right now. Either end of the site is going to be the way they attack it. Pancakes and Superman. Let's see what they can do. It's one quick shot.
Shadows traveling.
Still got 4 standing up. Huge damage onto Les.
Still has paranoia.
Everybody's going to play a little safer now.
Stay inside.
It would be such a play for Pancakes as well to be on this to get it. Pancakes gets his 1, but that's going to be Les right in his face. That's going to be a 3rd map for these teams. We're going to bind as KRU takes down EG on Lotus.
A great fight coming back from KRU on their 2nd map and still winning on their best map of this stage. But I think after this type of game, I'm not too sure if we could really say that they're the best team on this in the world on this map, but at least they were able to fight back into this one and winning against EG here.
Welcome back to VCT Americas. If you're here for map 3, you're in the right place. It is Evil Geniuses versus KRU, a haven for EG. KRU taking their Lotus home safe, and now we go on to Bind. It's a big question mark, actually, to see what these teams have. The desk kind of talked about with Bind leaving the mix. There may not have been much scrimming, but there's still, Bind's like riding a bike, right? It shouldn't be too hard.
The thing is right now for EG is there's going to be a little bit of learning because last time they played it was double duelist with Okeanos playing a Waylay, and I don't think there's any Waylay specialist going into this, which is why actually they're still playing double duelist but putting Zerona on Phoenix. So not only a debut for Zerona on the stage for the Americas, but also debuting a duelist role onto the stage. He's played it already in the challenger scene though. He's also played some Phoenix in challenger scene, but that's only on Pearl. I don't think I've ever seen Zerona play Phoenix yet on Bind in the challenger scene, so it'll be an interesting look. I think it's a little bit of a mix of playing to your comfort role onto EG when you're bringing in these new players into the mix, but also trying to figure out those gaps here that, you know, they talked about at the desk, how it was so slow for KRU to take control of the extremities or whatnot. They could punish that with the extremity flashes with Zerona. So this is going to be a very fun look, a big test once again, and a big gamble for EG. But remember what's at stake right now, Riv. It was supposed to be an easy 2-0 for KRU to take 1st seed going into the playoffs for the Omega Group. And now EG has a chance to score an upset, score some championship points, and also scoring some hope for Stage 2.
Yeah, regardless of even the outcome, I think you see the structure and the way it's playing out be in favor of what EG kind of wants to do and the identity they want to find with the squad. Onto a map. 13-11, 13-11 for our score lines. It'd be crazy to see one of the teams pull away here. Both squads have gotten their own respective pistol rounds, and it looks like Les will try to start this one off with the Sheriff. They give KRU the lead. Oh, a slide in already? EG just wants to take the space back. Is KRU ready for this? It looks like both teams taking a bit of damage there, but EG, worse for the wear. They just cannot find out where KRU is hiding from, where they're coming out of. And that's a defensive pistol for KRU.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a whiffy round for EG on that pistol round. Should have been a trade onto Les, and he was able to escape into the TP after this first kill. That's a simple one, but after here, the stall that you had from the smoke screen throw on defense, we didn't try to flash flood through right after because it almost felt they lost that timing because of Les was still playing aggro, right? You can't flash outside of the smoke. You can find your correct timing to exit for the side of EG. A couple of them got caught off guard out in the open on the B side versus 3 players that already flooded back from KRU on the spawn. So a very clean hold by KRU to start.
Yeah.
Great answer back too after the results against 100 Thieves on this map previously.
Common play for, you know, smoke and orb grab, but I want to see if Sadak keeps playing at B. You had both smokes there to deny, and usually a Brim will be A side, be able to smoke hookah for you. But interesting to see if he keeps his priority here as EG is keeping their priority on B long for a second round in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, Zera gets one. Calibrated. Just needed a little buckshot straight ahead there. It's good money coming in here from EG.
Plan is good.
Yep.
Right now, even you're seeing the pullback from Silence, anticipating maybe a triple push towards the spawn because of everybody rotating out towards the TP. So it's nice. Right now for KRU, they understand the state of these rounds every single time, so, or since the pistol at least.
Yeah.
Gives them a chance right now to stay alive here.
What a shot from Bao. That's a gun grab. No, it's cleaned up. Saved by Les's sheriff shot. That's actually kind of crazy the way that that went down. KRU's able to get it. A second round for them. We'll see how they fare into the bonus.
You're right here to say here, if we're going to keep having Sadak not only on the B side to smoke for hookah, but I think for short, but the important thing as well is they understand that they have to play against a Phoenix too, right? So orb control on the extremities is going to be super important. So are you going to keep playing aggressive smokes down towards that B line just to not allow EG to set a correct footing here on their extremity control at the beginning of these rounds, which you're seeing now. They're giving up on the B side holder, being fairly quick to take control of showers and give an orb here for Zerona.
Straight out.
Oh! Straight down.
Oh my God, that was an angled shot too.
I'm pretty sure I heard a footstep as well coming out from Sadak, so it was just sprayed here by Bao, and luckily he lines up 2 kills on top of that. So that's a nice little start.
Dante was playing lean and spawn. Then had to lean over towards A apparently. MW Zera to clean one up. I like the little activation, making EG feel uncomfortable. You would, not knowing if the backside is clear, as they try to pull out a few more members, getting this dangerous plant down. It looks like they'll buy themselves some time. They have a good setup.
The lurk is good from Les, though. He went all the way through cave, and nobody's watching that. This is a free kill on 2 players.
It's going to be a timing thing, right? They're going to look at this. Sees one gun. Oh, Bao had it. They're able to trade each other really quick. Bank Pancakes and Bao alive for that one. They get a denial of bonus towards KRU. A very nice round towards A.
Yeah, it turns out to be very lucky as well for EG. Another one of those timings where it was supposed to be an easy 2 kills, but then after it's like, oh wait, we could maybe stall there. He saw him through the smoke.
Oh, that
But the first kill, that shouldn't have happened. Or that one there onto Silence.
He got a straight double headshot, like wayward bullet. That was, okay.
Now again, just to go back into the less flank there, they realize here for EG you can start playing these lineups, play the pulse plan if you can, so turn around just in time to trade here on that push, on that lurk.
Dante calls danger, but they're still gonna face it head on. It looks like they want to retake with this 3. Digizine on 2, Pancakes with another one. And they are just laying them down here. Instantly on the initiator utility, going for more, trying to open up the site. Zerona with like a pre-fire strafe peek on a Sadak sound. And they're in the site. Holy, flawless on that.
We'll see. Right now, Les is going to try to save his weapon, but it'll potentially be a 1v1 against Superman towards that spawn. Nonetheless, KRU was definitely trying to deny orb control on showers, and it was a nice little hold and a fight back by EG. Caster Curse Riv.
Yep, nice job. Les still snappy across all 3 maps. It hasn't even faded for a bit. 4-1 already on this. Looks like he'll get challenged again by Digizine, who's also been pretty hot, and he'll pick up a 3rd for that round.
Huge round for EG. That's Econ broken.
Yeah, very big.
Overdrive available for Dante, though, going to the next round. But look at that. Almost felt like
Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, we don't talk about the flash, but everything before that was actually great for EG. It almost felt like we were missing a little bit of util to help out into the slide out from the Neon from showers of Dante. It kind of makes sense. You don't have big flashes on your side. Your Vise is anchored up on the other side or something like that too, where you can't really support with a flash onto showers.
Ooh. There's definitely knowledge there for Zerona on the distance to throw his hot hands and how it drops. He's going to keep going with this run it back and fully clear backside eyes as well on someone in hookah so they can retaliate there if need be.
U-Haul, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Can they get in is the question. Dante, left, right, fingers out. But can he finger gun is the question. There's one going down. They're trying to clear the site, but Digizine's still on the right side. Last now. Can't get him to connect. Digizine with more.
And EG playing it safe on the anti-eco. You had Zerona running up to get all the information, but on top of that, you cooked U-Haul with the orbital strike from Bao.
Yeah.
It's respectable because it actually did catch one player in there until Zerona picks up the kill into silence. That allows here some orbs to be farmed up once again for the Phoenix on EG's side.
Yeah.
But again, they've used 2 ults on the anti-eco, but it's fine because you still have Seekers to work in this round. You still have the Overdrive too to capitalize on that space. So yeah, it's playing it to the T for now for EG into their game plan. Don't need to save ults here if you're quick on a Phoenix with 6 orbs, but it'll get another ult in the next 2 rounds.
They even smoke? They just threw a flash towards showers, and everybody kind of bid on that. Knowing the last few plays have actually been there for EG. They have favored A, and now they get to put all their members towards the soft side. Let's see if this reaction's fast through the teleporter for KRU.
Almost feels like you're going to wait for this 105
yeah.
when the smoke comes down once again. Oh my god, that's nice by Les. I was going to say start creeping up behind that smoke to try to catch some players off guard. And they did. It's okay, it's been a while.
They'll get around the corner. They curve. He's throwing the fakes, the sliders. Oh, Superman takes one straight to the head here. And honestly, Les holding down these sites, being able to stave off the majority of EG alone is giving KRU such an advantage to get back in and hold it down. He is playing ungodly today.
I was just trying to say that Zerona's last time that he played this Phoenix on Pearl was in Challengers against Shopfire Rebellion Black, and that was April 30th. So it's still only a couple weeks ago. So
yeah.
Those flashes, they got to start not missing here.
Oh my gosh.
But I think it's nice too, the heads-up play that you have from these anchor players when, you know, you're playing a Phoenix comp, or sorry, when you're playing a Neon comp, it's a lot of these contact and pops. So you know here the orb's gonna come through. He's even putting the fingers out, like kind of 1, 2, 3, just spam through the smoke and get the kill, right? So you understand there's like 105 left on the clock. EG has to start moving up on the attack. You want to play the contact play, and yeah, it's just good experience coming out from a player like Les.
Cycling orbs at long.
Poison's on.
That surprise game has been in Les's favor numerous times this series already.
Is the only gonna pop?
Yeah. So that is the opponent. Now Les puts his up. Oh, just seen on the edge of the Trailblazer, and Zerona capitalizes. Cleared out as well. Nothing activated just yet, but still EG is getting that space out of their util like they want to set up for this plan.
Might have to stay on site for a bit too, because they already met the opposition on the other side. Big trades coming up on site.
Big rotation coming over, so they don't have everyone for EG in there. This is a pivotal time for KRU to make something happen. Trying to fake that defuse, only find a tether on the Nightfall. And Digizine still in sight, closer than they want, closer than they're expecting, and he looks to clean up another one. The kill from Superman will finalize that on a big lurk. 4 now for Evil Geniuses.
And EG are still playing a very similar game plan on their attack side. Remember the amount of times they were playing this match? I'm pretty sure it was against Sentinels, but the amount of times they tried to play 4-1s and Superman had 0 value on his lurks because everybody kept dying on the other side of the map and you just couldn't lurk anymore, right? This time you're having...
LMS.
Exactly, but this time you have good util to support the Digizine ult.
Douglas, come on, man, yeah.
The ults also to get all that space. Zerona feels like he's playing just like at home. Very comfortable on the stage.
Yeah, this is the first round playing C on Haven, and the first map looked very, very comfortable. And is still performed for the squad coming up from the academy side. Oh! That one may have made it through, but KRU was already very prepared for that to happen. It looks like this one could be a flawless. No, at this final moment, Superman does drop less, but what an answer from KRU here to read the play.
That answers what the Des was mentioning before, right? KRU having a difficult time against 100 Thieves to play the extremity control, and now it's just kind of 50-50 on how these fights are going. Lots of responsibilities given to less solo on this B side to hold the long line because of the orb. So you're forcing out util. It allows for you to fall back a little bit too and delay a little bit more as well. But for the shower side, it's just, okay, well, we're going to three-man fight it, or we get it, or we don't.
Yeah,
this time we do.
They turned into that wrecking crew they were using on Lotus.
Yep.
As long as the three are tethered together, any fight is doable, and they'll take it together, right? You can't not swing. That's a requirement to be a part of the three. You must be swinging. I think they all just started pressing mouse button at that point. Yeah. It's not really a swing situation. But beautifully called. You know, it takes something here. Sadok's got to try to read what Pancakes is doing, what the team's coming up with on the side of EG. And it's going to be a timeout called after that.
I think for the shower side as well, might have to start throwing a little bit of relay bolts for Digizine just to try to stun towards the smoke, because KRU's going to keep dropping that side.
Guaranteed space.
But I think we'll also, to your question, going back to that pistol round or that second round where you had Sadok helping the team towards that B side, don't really need that orb anymore on that B side, because Les is using both the Viper orb and the Viper walls to protect the B side first, so they could always lean the Brimstone a little bit more towards A so they do this deep side smokes, which then means it might give you a little bit of a gap for you to start exploring hookah a little bit more, because the Brimstone's not really there to cycle smokes with the Viper yet, because they're still leveraging a lot of resources for showers. So EG now has an opportunity to not necessarily always go for the fast pressure up on the extremities, but to default a little bit more within the next round. You can start seeing it over here, a little bit of a slower opening over towards Fountain, but Zerono is definitely looking towards adding disruption into this B site hookah.
Launching smoke.
So there's that smoke that you notice here now on that A side, and it's a little bit too far for C. The insert already comes in for Sans to start moving up here for the side of Zerona. And I think EG's okay with this, even if the pit goes down on that long B side.
It's a heavy setup, and they have everything for retake, right? Like you said, if pit goes down, 4 coming back in is sufficient. All right. Clear space. It's all for Digizine, right? Make it known. He knows that wall's going to drop and trying to get the op online, but this is amazing from KRU to just not even go for these fights. They kind of punished them on Haven, even though they were able to take it. A few of those rounds. They're playing way safer.
This is pretty good, too, that the Prowler missed into hookah, so Digizine could stay on the line and watch towards spawn. Now you have to start forcing these rotates over towards B. So they have to start making a little bit more noise here. You're starting to see that they could potentially even go for Superman to cut the rotates across. They could finish towards the A side. It all comes down to what opening to get first.
Nice delay.
Yeah, contact towards the B site.
30 seconds left. They know it's going to be the pressure play here. A little noise from Superman to still buy the eyes of KRU towards that right side. And they just have to worry about long if it's retake. If there's going to be anybody skirting that way, there should be a few off the TP. Once they realize there's going to be one in hookah, they have to, right? At least join a few. It gets so much space. Yeah, there we go. Okay, few going around. They just actually leave Sadok in hookah.
Jeez. Nice kill with the off from Bao, though.
Holding 2 in spawn. They can't even get one Silence over to the other side. They're going to have to get back to site soon, so Silence is waiting on that pressure as well. Zerona takes him down. Dante kind of back for the deliver on the double take there with the Judge. And this is actually getting pretty dangerous for EG to get themselves back in. Zerona gets taken down spawn, and they're all taking the 1v1s instead of being around each other. The amount they pushed up just to defend this one is a problem. That's going to be enough. Digizine at the final hour.
A big save in the end from the star duelist of EG. They had no util left for EG to stall, no mollies, no hot hands. And they did such a good job for KRU right over here for Silence to keep 2 players inside that spawn so that KRU could flood back through the Viper's pit on that long B side. And it came down to speed to util and for Digizine to go in the clutch to win the round there for EG. I love that round. It was such a nice round for both of these teams. For KRU to react to take down Superman on one side just to take control of the map, but then Superman calling the, there's so many players here, guys, let's hit B. And it worked out in the end. A little bit of a headbutt to try to break the lineup here of the orb, but it doesn't give a gap here for Dante to take. But this is a new look for KRU. If EG is not using any util out of this, and they're trying to walk contact, they're going to get instantly punished out of that line.
Wonder what that timing is then.
I got the spike.
Superman's been very patient with whatever moves he does have to do, even the spike getting planted before moving. Oh, he actually smoke up, so they're expecting it. It's going to be...
Too easy.
That was clean. Little quick scope there for Dante. What a smart play.
He's making noise, though. He made noise.
He just, if you just people, they don't know. They don't know. How do they not know yet? Serona runs through realizing there was something amiss in the situation, and it's just going to be a scatter here on the A side of Bind. Silence is going to get the last one on that one, and KRU come up after that chaos.
Sure, you can put your exclamation point audio in Ziggs' chat for that, because there was some noise definitely made in that Razor Vines, but I think the difference is, too, is it's also LAN audio. Maybe you don't really hear it in the end with the amount of noise that you're making towards this A side on the exec. That is able to sneak through, stay in that spot for NW0 and get 2 picks out of it.
Jeez, a lot of these, from the previous maps, a lot of these fights are coming down to some scrappy 1v1s that are taking quick swings after they don't have tradable angles.
Yeah, and all small micro adjustments too on how to stop EG on their defaults, right? For that first pick that you saw from Dante that was beautiful with the op, with still some pre-fired shots from Les through the smoke to bait Superman into that 1v1 fight and getting that easy 5 versus 4 in the end from that pick. And with that round, it slightly breaks the econ from EG. There's a stinger for Bao, Judge for Digizine. And they're looking to 5-man hit this A site.
Leaving shower open for once. Looks like they may have a late lurk and encroach into that position. But Sadak always playing a little bit of elevation just off where you would expect someone to be. And he actually got to play just to the side of that smoke.
Almost felt like it was a missed smoke too. It had to be leaning on that right side a little bit more.
Still pushing forward. You can see Sadak calling this Dante forward, the sentry out. The Outlaw is going to be tough to make work in the situation. But getting close with the shorty is the plan. Spike still has quite a bit of time as they trade one more. EG coming back around from showers is going to be the play, though, that brings them back in. No one is looking yet. Oh, the turnaround from Dante at the last moment to make the Outlaw count. And that's enough for Les to know Pancakes is in the final spot of showers. Another round coming in for KRU here to bring it back and forth.
Yeah, it was a nice little idea for Superman to stay on the edge of this pit too. He avoided the orbital strike, but at the same time, that since he's not cooked yet, they just spray in that spot to easily take him down. And then because the spike plant was sort of missed, the mollies to stall were not at the right spots. And you kind of scrambled there to try to hold the pulse plant for EG. Remember, there was a mixed buy that we kind of had. Looks like actually it was a forced buy when they had the Stinger and the Judge on a previous round, because now they have nothing to work with in the last one here. Thankfully, they have Seekers at least.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at a tempo a little bit more quickly, it seems like, towards this B site, because it's a 3-2 split. Trying to take control a little bit with hopefully a pick here onto Hookah to get Seekers out to entry.
Les's Phantom right in front. Are they going to see that, be distracted? A little game. Oh, looks like somebody gets Phantom out of this now. Quick pickups. Digizine and the rest of the squad don't have time to make that work as they just jump into sight. A clear on showers from the right side, but I think KRU is going to have to give this one up. Not give it up for the round. EG's just going to take it.
You're hoping that Bao's in a good position right now to get a pick, so he stays within the sight.
Okay. Making it work. KRU comes in with 2 of their own here to try and even up the score. This is the time that EG needs to play safe. Wait, Sadak Gonna capitalize on another kill. I'm eating crow for this. They are gonna be able to almost take it back. Back and forth, Superman playing the dance. MW0 goes for the defusers. More than enough time. And KRU proved me very wrong here. A round EG should have never lost. They sweep the rug right out from under them.
Yeah, it was so close to a 1-versus-1. Again, we were hoping to Bao to stay alive on these trades because it would give him an orbital strike to play the pulse plan, but KRU looks pretty good, and for the first time in this series, they also take the lead for a half going into the second hunt.
Very nicely done. Smiles across the team of KRU as they are up coming into the second half. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with that after this. Welcome back to VCT Americas Map 3 between Evil Geniuses and KRU. With KRU's possible chance of grabbing that first seed in the group here with a win, Evil Geniuses is really trying to stop them from getting over that finish line.
Yeah, like Dan Dryad said, EG has a chance to do the funniest thing for sure. But right now for KRU, they're guaranteed playoffs, just trying to get that first seed. Second seed is also almost pretty much a guarantee for them, or they get first or second, depending on the results of this weekend. But like I said, it's a stacked group in the alpha side. You're thinking of what? G2, Leviatán, MIBR, potentially Cloud9 in there. You know, it's you really kind of want to try to fight that fourth seed as much as you can, because the third seed could still be able to qualify to London going into the playoffs. So an important half for KRU and for EG to get the test right now, right? The Soham Valens was talking about it. Oh, actually, we'll talk about it in a sec. We're fighting here for sense.
Oh, another fast trade. KRU comes out on top though. Spikes in hand. Oh, Dante is just in sight. Everybody's like, hey, is it safe? Is the water nice? Holy moly. They get in, just making sure everything is going to be safe for the take. And they still have eyes on Superman long.
Pistols are looking to rain always in favor of KRU right now since the Haven side.
Bao, only a few shots for Dante. Just one finds the face. And now they start to move in. Looks like they're going to go teamwork on this one. No guiding light up for Pancakes on this. Oh, it takes quite a bit of damage. So now that they know the jig is up, and that should just be the double peak. Another pistol here for KRU. They bring it up 8-5.
Good way for them to kick things off in the second half, especially, again, they've gotten the lead going into the second half here at a 7-5, so being able to win a clean pistol here, potentially a clean anti-eco, that should put them in a good spot right now to have a comfortable lead in the second half. But again, to get back to what I was trying to say here, Valens, I think GM for EG, if I'm not mistaken, but was also mentioning here the trust in the process of moving up players from the academy scene up into the VCTs and still getting results out of it. That's pretty much like a Demon 1 storyline into the 2023 EG, right? So hopefully it works out for them, but so far they've done a pretty decent job with this eco to do some damage and even taking the upper hand. That spike down, a flank from the back, and last falls down.
Oh, some classics, a bit of cheese there. All right, Silence. The time is now. That's low HP. Weapon picked up. They weren't able to upgrade anything on the side of EG, but they still have 3 strong. Oh, a TP. Bao is already waiting.
I think right now, smart for him to just stay back towards that spawn, right? So that he can't force his opponent to push out towards that spawn, to flip that map, and to give value on a double flank. Upgrades Stinger and a Bulldog for both Superman and Zerona. And if Bao dies, at least it's information that there is an opening right now for EG to continue to knife out and retake and regain the space on the A site.
He tucks into U-Haul. Still has Rose, throws that out. And more vines as well, has that positioning. Beautiful strafe back over to use the wall as cover. You could hear the reload here. He's trying to bait down the ammo. Oh, silence. Beautifully played versus 3 to get that round for Crew and keep him with the Red Bull clutch.
Nice on Silence to find his timings as well on the 1 versus 3. That shouldn't have been around for Crew to be able to turn over. We're seeing here that we're not really together to retake towards that short side, although Pancakes was really trying to watch that line as Zerona is trying to scale it back up towards the default spot, but unfortunately missing the shots, could instantly trade because of that distance. And Crew manages to escape from danger on that previous round to maintain that 2 round in a row on the second half and also a 4-round lead in this game in this series.
Still remains, they did a bit of damage, but this is the round that counts. If EG really want to get in there versus Crew here, 1-1. They won't have Dante for the site, but they still have a means to get themselves in with all the utility on the side of Crew. And right now they just have to resource some information. It looks like they pause.
When you're looking at the state of this round, though, with a minute left, Pancakes is in a decent position. Even though it kind of looks like he's out in the open, there's no Prowlers to really turn the corner to get the information away. It has to be body swing, so if Pancakes could actually get 1 for his troubles. And also, on top of that, you have somebody on Heaven that's watching it.
Already got that knowledge. So he's ready for him to just cross that line. Crosshair placement, perfect.
And he calls audio, right? He hears the footsteps of them falling back, so I was going to say Digizine probably had the opportunity to rotate all the way back towards that B site, but instead they play the 2-2.
So confident to stay back as well. EG feeling that retake position
30
and realize how scrappy this game has gotten, right? Superman can pretty much get out of this situation. Whoa, he cannot. Thought he had the angle. No protection yet coming in from Bao just yet. It was mistimed. They take another single fight. And Digizine now feels like it's up to him as he steps forward. Wants to activate that wall.
Okay, full kit for Pancakes too. So they'll wait for the wall to come down and maybe just allow for the dodge to get info and to allow Digizine to get the duel on elbow.
Digizine down to 17 HP. Now they're going to choose to go together on this one. A little bit of a heal up. Still waiting for that extra flash. They know where 1 is, so they have to source the other one. Flash long would be effective, but they're still going to go for the hole.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, those are the kills from both sides. Crew with beautiful placement. And when they're positioning those peaks, 10-5 now.
Yeah, you're hoping again in those scenarios that you're kind of sticking together to go for these trades. Unfortunately, you're running that clock down because you're forcing the heals to come up. You lose that window of opportunity to try to surprise some opponents on individual 2v1s. That just allows Crew to reposition themselves in a post plan, and there you go. Dante's even putting his hands up like, what the hell happened on that 2v2? Why is it so easy?
Yeah, they're figuring out that they take these 1v1s, they just have a little bit of backup, and EG's not there to protect each other or kind of be on the same play that they were in the first 2 maps. Might see kind of the cracks a bit of the new squad. Really firing out fast, things were working, but that mid-map repair may not be there just yet. Crew going hard, but EG's trying to go a little harder, and they're going to meet a wall of Dante down by Market.
Pancake's just trying to do some damage if he can. This is going to be a gun round no matter what for EG in the next round.
Yeah.
So move forward, try to close that gap. Make it expensive here for Crew. It's really your only hope to come back in this game here if you could keep that economy low and forcing these rebuys out of Crew.
Buried.
Jeez. It's sad. Neons are getting changed. We're just getting to that point where everybody's able to shoot them in the head when they're flying around.
I know, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Well, all this series, I kid, but Thank God she's getting changed. 11 to 5 here. Another round for KRU. They are so solid right now, and being able to anti these pushes from EG, figuring out what's going to work or how they can really just push the buttons of EG before trying to get what they want out of a site.
For sure, it's 4 unanswered rounds so far for KRU on the attack side. Definitely a night and day performance from the last time we've seen KRU on this map.
Yeah,
struggling against 100 Thieves, but that was also a matchup against 100 Thieves where Bang was playing lights out. He was dropping, what, 21 kills, I think, 20 bomb at least, and he was doing no wrong moving around that map. But this will force the last timeout for EG. Need to scramble something here on the defensive side, and it gets important. This is the op out for Digizine.
Yeah.
But we haven't really seen KRU play into angles that allows for EG to punish like an aggressive line with the operator yet. If you're looking here, that's not on a Whaley or something like that. It's usually trying to get like a deep line of sight towards showers, if not a little bit of a closer line from like a B site to the entrance of Bs, right? You're still giving up a lot of space on this map, often as a Neon in my eyes. You're gonna try it out at least towards this B line, but should be stopped by a less orb. Maybe they're going to try to do a similar play as KRU did similarly on the last half. Just has Superman start spraying with his rifle and then have Digizine trying to capitalize on an op shot. But for KRU, it's looking to be fairly quick though on Hookah's side. We got 3 guys walking up on that side too.
Oh, just straight in. No, they wait. It's going to have to be a re-clear on long again, but it does look like they're actually trying to get something out of the right side of the map eventually.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be mad if a walk down this time around too for the operator of Digizine.
Oh, they are just going to go straight in. They've realized EG's been playing so far back in these situations. All of the space is KRU's to take. The beginning of these hits. They still have to worry about long, but it looks like they're worried about spawn too, and they really need to be because Zerona's coming back in. Nice retake by MW0, but EG still gets another one in the fight.
Yeah, because Digizine's still alive here towards that long B side, and he never got affected by the Steel Garden. He pushed all the way down, could walk back up, getting some all kills. Now his spike's down out in the open.
I think that timeout talked a lot about maybe flipping either of the sites, having that shower control, having just be lone control and making it feel awkward to stay inside.
30 seconds left.
Nice Prowler push off there by KRU. Actually buys him a good bit of time here to get the spike down.
Yeah, the thing is that's long B open right now that KRU could start taking if they want to. They're actually going back into the rotate of where the op is, went all the way back through spawn. A tough one now. They have to come be heroic here, but unfortunately,
tucks it into the top with a flash, and then they're just going to make MW0 feel the pain. Around for EG. The timeout calms things down and brings a round back in their favor.
I like a little bit of that tech. If I'm not mistaken here too, whenever they threw the Steel Garden out on the attack set for KRU, I think Zerona timed it and even pulled his ulti from the Phoenix to come out. He still had a rifle, but because it was Razorvines on the ground, he just kind of just lost all of his HP.
Yeah.
So it was a nice stall there from Silence to throw the Razorvines towards that spawn. Still give him a chance to really get into the site for a plant, but they just left the long B a minute and allowed Digizine to get some easy backstab kills with the operator and stay in the game in the second half.
In the state of the game, Sons, EG's going to have to remember all of these rounds. What ults are up? What are they going to have to play against? What Sadak might be able to throw at them? Because they have to go against 3 already. It's going to be tough keeping KRU off of 12. Almost the kneecap. What a peek. KRU gets big info on that mid side.
That's Lurk 2.
Toxin screen.
Just a push and pull.
I mean, look at Zerona's position. He's playing in front of the Viper wall, but also behind the Vice wall to still keep that line. So they're going to ping at least to where the Lurk is at, but at the same time, they know that there's nobody really aggressing towards the split on the A site. So they can get ready for a stack on B.
So it's always a bit of a fight, but EG will give up the space. Playing safer is better than playing aggressive right now. 5 rounds down, so they're going to try to keep it clean. And yeah, this has been pushed over towards A, so Zerona's going to try to find this fight, and does on silence.
That has to force a tempo right now for KRU to hit towards his B site.
They're trying to create their own path that KRU can only walk into, and Dante somehow still finds his way to the back line. Bow orbital strike kill followed up by the Vandal, and he's ready for the close quarters combat, but it's not going to be enough. Dante with the overdrive cleans the kill. And now it's a 2v2. Dante's hurt.
Flashers have full kits, though, for both Zerona and Pancakes.
Is it going to be an immediate peak? Do they nightfall and just wait for both tethers? Still
on tap,
waiting for tap, right. Thinks they're getting pushed. I mean, at that timing, what can you expect? Both teams are trying to play in each other's heads right now, so they're doing outside the norm of what they would usually do. These little moments of peeking are trying to keep it safe. The defuse to half. He knows the push is coming through. There's plenty of time, but the second, MW Zera is still looking and puts KRU on match and series point.
Such a nice try, but 2 newcomers of EG as well. The Blaze Wall to go into the halfway mark, and then Pancakes was just waiting. If I wait 1 or 2 seconds while my teammate's defusing, if I flash that corner, I'm gonna blind at least one. Look at how blinded Dante is. Yet still wins that fight against Pancakes, unfortunately. So a little bit of lady luck on the KRU side. And that puts them now at map and series point.
What a grind back and forth here in a lot of these rounds. Just teams pushing each other to that last drop of time. And now it's up to EG. Can't do anything wrong here for 6 rounds to bring it to OT. And KRU has really gained momentum. Into the site. Walls up, first seed in their eyes with this round. And Superman has a stinger in Hookah right now. They're already being pushed off that window area as KRU knows where they could be coming from.
Pinged also that late lurk from Silence over at Long B side, but they've lost 1 player in the process of trying to hold it to Hookah.
Oh! Silence popping off multiple times. The 3v1, 1v3 earlier, 2 for himself right there on sand. Don't have to wait for that player to wake up anymore. They figured out where Zerona is. Hunting is on the menu here for the side of KRU. 1 kill away from the series. And first place, KRU take down Evil Geniuses. 2-1.
Beautiful last round by Silence too. Didn't even matter that he got pinged out. We talked about the firepower across the team here for KRU's side, and they could always come back and fight with a vengeance. It took a while, and it almost felt like it was a series, once again, that slipped away from aggressive EG. And that second map that they've lost on Lotus gave a chance there for KRU to ride that momentum and to close out a strong series in the end. But you have to say, the looks and the potential of this team now with the addition of Zerona and Pancakes.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping an eye on this team there going to stage 2.
Really, one of the things you might miss on a team when they come out is that identity. You're like, what could it be? And yeah, like you said, it seems to be shaping up for EG right there. And the identity of KRU, I think we got out of their first game.
Yeah.
That they are going to be a team to be reckoned with here, and this placement of first in the group proves that very much so. What a road to get here. A little bit of a loss, but they say you learn the most in a loss, and they definitely came away with that one with new ideas.